What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday. Great Monday. I had a great weekend, and I hope everyone had a great weekend. Tell me about your weekend. Tell me what you did exciting. I saw somebody posted that said, congratulations, and thank you for reminding me. Congratulations to Sam Houston for winning the football team, for winning their national championship. It's kind of funny talking about national championships in May, but unique. Shout out to do anybody on the feed that went to Sam Houston? Anybody just let me know. What else I got? It's my first of all. Let's start this show off right. Let me announce my starting five first. Okay. Let me go with my starting five. They Rod Wells, Stat Moody, Mindy Collins, Chris Charles, and Gary Sinclair. And my sixth woman of the day, my sixth person, she happened to be a woman, is Sonia Billingsley. But I see everybody on there. I'm looking at Dale. I see the Fort Bend Ballers. I see Dr. Newsom. I see Mate. I see Jeremy. Y'all pray for Jeremy right now. Everybody get a quick prayer for Jeremy. Who is it? Jessica Brooks. What's up, Jess? Who else we got? Walter. Oh, Walter Yates. Okay. Walter Yates is in the building. What's up, Jameson? Kimberly Jackson in the building. Let me see what else. Who else we got? Kevin Drones. Hey, Shanquetta. Daryl Barnes. I know it's gonna be a tough day when Daryl Barnes is in the building. Jameson Morrow. Walter Yates. Jameson said, "Thank you for the info, man. Thank you." Well, see, y'all. Walter does do good things. Y'all leave Walter alone. He does do good things sometimes. What else we got? I'm trying to see, did anybody go? Oh, Tamika. Okay, Tamika Withers. She attended Sam Houston. Congratulations. Josephine Conyers. Hey, that's my sister-in-law. But I like to call my sister-in-law, they still my sisters. All my sister-in-laws were happen to be sisters. You know how you used to have a lot of people didn't like their sister-in-laws. All of my sister-in-laws, for some reason, they wind up seeming like sisters to us. Josephine Conyers Houston. That's my sister-in-law. She's on there, y'all. Y'all give her a shout out. Daryl, who is that? Daryl Anderson. He said he's chilling up there in Philly. Oh, I can't wait. Hey, y'all, somebody just popped in a second ago. Let me, I'm gonna give him a second. I'm gonna give him a second to cool. They putting his makeup on and turning his hat around backwards. But I know it. Walter, man, you my man, Walter. You my man, Walter. Simeon, you what? What's that? Simeon, you were not in the starting five. I'm just Simeon. I don't control this thing. It pops up on the screen. The algorithms, I don't control them. I don't. But guess what? What's up, Simeon Sims? You #1 in my book all the time. Okay. All right. Who else we got? We got. I just want to go through and just see that. Oh, see. Oh. Oh man, Chris is on here. The Lakers. Let me bring Chris Walker in, man, before I start anything. Man, let me click him in. Let me add him right there. What's up?
Let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers.
Go.
LBJ.
Keep on going.
The King is back. And the King is back.
Where he been?
The King is back.
Where has he been?
He back.
No, I just asked a question. Where has he been?
Hey, they buried him and he rose in 3 days.
You talking about the King of Kings. Hold on, baby.
King.
That's blasphemy. You talking about the King of Kings.
Is back.
I got something for you, Chris, before we start. Today is truly, to me, a historic day. And because on this date, 67 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court, Chris, ruled unanimously on the Brown versus Board of Education of Jamaica. I remember that in school. studying that in school.
But you can't learn that critical race theory, Hatter. They don't teach
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
They don't want you
okay,
to learn that.
but
Keep
now,
going though.
wait a minute. On this show, we can. That's
my bad. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. On this show, okay.
Gotcha.
The racial segregation in public schools and educational facilities were unconstitutional and marked a great day. I always remember in school talking about it and studying about it, and we arguing over it. But I'm sorry, Chris. Chris, shout out. The Hall of Fame was this weekend, Jimmy. Chris, I'm sorry again. The Hall of Fame was this weekend. Some unique things. What do y'all think about it? Did you see any bits and pieces of it, Chris, this weekend?
Man, I saw the only thing I remember from it, I saw bits and pieces. My boy, who's the new head coach at Fordham University, Kyle Neptune, took a picture with Mike Tyson. And I when he took it and put it on Instagram, I sent him a text, tell Mike I'll beat his you know what, and see what he say.
Don't do that,
Mike, he was probably smoking too much weed. He probably smelled like a pound of weed.
Chris, don't do that, Chris. Don't do that.
I know that's ignorant, right?
And then before I go anywhere, I want to shout out to this family. Drew Holiday and his wife, Lauren. They got a holiday social impact fund, Chris. We don't talk enough about stuff like this. They opened their second round of funding. You know how some people go throw in their first money and you don't hear from them no more? They brought in their second round of funding for Black-owned businesses and organizations providing up to $1 million in grant money. Focus on the greater Milwaukee, New Orleans, Indianapolis, and Los Angeles area. Shout out to that family, Drew Holiday and his wife. Before I go any further, I wanted to shout them out, Chris. Because some of us are prospering in this pandemic, like Chris Walker. And but Chris, something happened over the weekend. I know we got a lot of basketball, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but something happened over this weekend. And I'm glad you're on the show. I don't like black on black crime. I don't like when two brothers get on each other. But did you see anything about the Kwame Brown situation? Oh, you haven't seen it, Chris?
No.
Let me let people, if you haven't, Chris, they was on, you know how they chop people up on what you call it? What's the name of Steve Jackson and what's his name? Matt Barnes show, Up in Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
They always chopping people up on the show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But unjust. It was tasteful to me because I went back and watched it. But Kwame Brown took offense to it. All the smoke. Okay, thank you, Rick. See, all the smoke. I really don't watch it that much. But he took offense to it. Did anybody see? Thank you for all the smoke. Okay, thank you. All the smoke. All the smoke. Oh, excuse me. All the smoke. All the smoke. All the smoke. Don't nobody put that crap up on the screen no more. All the smoke. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, did anybody see what happened? Did anybody? Kwame Brown went off on him. Thank you, Trace. This is going to be crazy because he was in his feelings. Okay. Hey, Stephanie. Chris. Okay, they talked about it. Chris, I don't have the video. They talk like me, like you always chop people up on the show. But he came back with a retort.
Okay.
He came, you follow me? So
what did he say?
Mindy is about to be, do me a favor, y'all, before we go any further, I'm not moving. Let's share the show right quick. Before we get into it, Chris, we can talk. Let's share the show right now. Chris, you do it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it myself right now before I go any further because I'm not repeating this. We're not repeating this by the time somebody else come on. So let's do that right now, everybody. And if you on YouTube, what's up, Larry Etienne? Like us on YouTube, man, and like the show. Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. But Mindy is going to be a little cursing in this one. And it's gonna be a little bad language, so I'm preparing you, so you can put your thing on volume down low. Okay, yeah, they call him a bust, and they call him they call him out his name. Chris, I did not go into that one, But this the first one I saw. Check this out.
Was it? I mean, I'm asking
you to get to a point.
Now, what'd you say? I'm sorry before I play.
Go on. No, go into it. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay. All right. Let me play it. Here we go.
Their entire life to get to a point to where most men only dream about. I think you guys need to focus and channel that energy on some more real problems, like the way we are as black males and the way that we look. And Steven Jackson, maybe you could put that motherfucking blunt out and pull your pants up on your ass and put that rag down and act like a grown ass man instead of a little ass boy. Becky with the good hair, go to counseling. And Gilbert, you already knew. I was quiet on you for years. I wasn't gonna say nothing. You the right hand arm of them white boys. You niggas is the worst nigga. You took food. You took down there. What did I get? 3 years, 25 with the Lakers. I was slotted to get 80, 88 because what a Tyson got. Nigga, you took millions out my mouth, nigga, and you shout like you somebody, like you love black folks. You the whitest black boy I ever know. So y'all niggas miss me with all that, nigga. Whichever one of these white folks paying you niggas to come at me, this here one, you niggas better go find you something better to do. Becky with the good hair, you need counseling, boy. All that goddamn rage for no reason. She chose, nigga. She chose.
Wow. He went at they neck. You know, they call Becky with the good hair. It's
you messy. You messy.
That's Matt Barnes.
I know who Becky with the good hair, but you messy though.
What I say? Because of the wild part at the end when he said she chose.
Because you're playing it. You messy.
She chose. Chris, Chris, if Mindy had told me not to play it, I wouldn't have played it. Hey,
so you're gonna blame it on Mindy?
Yeah, that's my resident first lady. I got to look out. I got to make sure. And
Mindy messy then.
No, Mindy ain't messy. No, she ain't messy. No, she ain't messy. But Chris, it's more. Chris, he went on. This guy, but Chris, did he say anything that was crazy to you? I'll let you speak. Let me turn on my fan because it's a little hot in here.
Yeah, because it's hot over there because you're messy. That's why. That don't make no sense. Hey, and he had to go there at the end.
But man, they were talking about him. Hold on. Well, let me go a little further. Because he went farther. Hold on. Let me see.
I don't think we need to go any further.
Yes, we do. Because hold up. Let me show you how bad people used to talk about this guy. Watch Stephen A. Smith. Check this out.
Did LA give up too much to get a guy who has been labeled soft, although he puts up 19-9, which only 11 other guys do?
Is that a trick question?
You tell me.
They gave up Kwame Brown.
Who cares? Rounders.
I could care less.
Tied into his salary for 4 years.
First of all, understand something. When you're giving up first-round picks, if you are a quality team in playoff contention, it really doesn't mean that much. That's number one. Number two, and more importantly, Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. Throw a parade already, whether you win a championship or not. This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game of basketball. He has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move, even though he's mobile. Doesn't really know what he's doing. Doesn't have a post move that he.
So Chris, this guy been getting put all of this guy been. He ain't never said nothing in all these years, right? So guess what? This particular. Hold on, Chris. I hit the wrong button. Wow, Chris. So guess what? Let him have his hold on.
So you saying we can't have a comment about him? We can't ever talk about him because it's in the past? Why can't we talk about him?
No, you can talk.
We talk about everybody else.
Okay, no, it's okay. But check this out. He threw me off with this one. Watch this one.
Yeah, me and Kobe dropped 82 combined, and we won. See, you little punk niggas ain't never won nothing. They never sacrificed nothing. Who the fuck want to see some? So let me get this straight. So everybody loved Kobe Bryant and wanted to see him score and wanted to see him shoot. So he scored and he shot. And the people around him didn't get that many shots and they didn't score. And you mad? Didn't you get what you wanted? Didn't you get? Are you not entertained, nigga? He hit 81 motherfucking points. Did you see the screens I was setting, nigga? The fuck is wrong with you, niggas? Are you not entertained? What do you niggas want?
And just in case, cause Chris, a guy like Odyssey get on here and say, "Who is Kwame Brown?" Let me tell you who he is. He was #1 pick in the draft. First of all, Chris, have I got you on mute?
Oh no, I'm bad. I was on mute. My bad.
Okay, Chris. First of all, Odyssey, let me explain to you. Okay, he had a 13-year career. He made over $64 million from his NBA career. That's $81 million when you adjust for inflation. That's who Kwame Brown. Go Google him. He Googleable. First of all, so don't just like he was. He was a #1 pick in the draft. Some that ain't nobody on this feed ever been. So
Out of high school, by the way. Out of high school.
Excuse me, 18-year-old boy. And he said something, Chris. I never get. He said something. Let me tell you something. Hold up, y'all. I got to play this one. So to you people talking about who is Kwame Brown, I got to play this one.
And that's what he should do. Shut the fuck up and play a game. Cause you talking about a nigga that told his mama at 5 years motherfucking old, nigga, that he was gonna buy her a house, and he did it at 18. And you doing them white folks bidding, talking about bus and talking about this, nigga, every black kid should be a bus then, nigga. I put my mom on a golf course at 18. Nigga, check my real life resume. Fuck a game.
How many of us put their mama on a golf course at 18? I know I didn't. I didn't. In defense with Gilbert Arenas, Chris, if you go back and look at it, Gilbert Arenas was really trying to, he was really talking about, man, y'all don't realize how hard it was playing for Michael. You know, Michael wasn't drafted him. And then he went over and had to play with Kobe. And Kobe the one, he said he played with two of the hardest dudes in the world to be able to play with. He came out of high school, man. So he was just, that man said, Kim, that man said at 5 years old, I told my mama I was going to buy her a house. And at 18, she was living on a golf course. Never forget, what's your boy name? Prime Time. Prime Time, they used to talk about he don't tackle. He don't tackle. In his Hall of Fame speech, he said, yeah, all y'all sports writers talking about I don't tackle. He said, let me tell you what I did. I tackled every one of my mama's bills. I bet you that. I tackled every one. She been retired ever since I've been playing. Tackle that. So, it's just, those guys really didn't go at him that. Christian.
What was the reason that they went at Kwame Brown? I don't get it. Like, what was that?
It was a topic that happened. I don't know. They was just talking about, they was on a show, just like it came up on our show. They was on a talk show, and Gilbert Arenas was the host. Gilbert, he was the guest, and they just mentioned. I don't know how they got on his name. I don't know. I just popped in when they started talking about it. I don't know how it got. I don't know how it got there.
Well, I don't necessarily consider it. I don't know the context. Now, what you should play, to be fair to the Chop Shop group, is play what they said.
I don't. It's too long. It's too long.
Well, a snippet of it.
I don't have that. Let me tell you what I'm gonna tell them to do. Because we can't give them everything on the show. Guess what? Guess what y'all do? Go in. All you gotta do is go Google it. And they can go watch it themselves. So I just wanted to share that. He was, they was on a show and talking about him, and he had.
They must have gone at his neck pretty hard for him to have that to elicit that type of response from Kwame Brown. They must have been completely disrespectful for him to say that, because if they were critical of him, and it's fair to say that you were the #1 pick in the draft. Hey, Anthony, who was a kid from Canada? Anthony
Bennett. Yeah,
bust. That was a bust. It was a major bust. Or big fella Sam. What was it? Big fella Sam. That played for Kentucky back in the day.
Sam Booth. He got hurt though.
Sam Booth. Bust.
He got hurt though.
But still though. But I'm saying that those are things when you talk about bust. I would and it's hard to really say, because Kwame Brown was never really a player in the league, but
played 13 years.
Yeah, but you can be a journeyman and play 13 years. But hear me out. Okay. Hear me out. There are a lot of dudes that are not great players that play 13 years in the league, and we don't talk about them. And they make money too. So if you play 13 years in the league, you're gonna make some money. The problem is he was the number 1 pick. That's the problem. If he just played 13 years in the league, no one would say a word, like Nazir Muhammad or somebody like that. But
And he was the number one pick by Michael Jordan.
And Michael Jordan, the worst GM ever, until he just took this little boy, this ball boy, who's unbelievable. But at some point, you know, a broke clock is right twice a day. So what I'm saying is Mike was going to figure something out sooner or later. My point is, again, you know what I always tell, we sat with we won't say who he is. That's a good one. Darko Milicic. You're right about that, Derek. There's a lot of bad players that get drafted. We sat with an NBA exec the other night when we were in Houston, Hatter. And you know what I always tell this NBA exec? Olu Wakandi was another bust. You guys are the worst at picking players I've ever seen in my life. You're all supposed to be the professionals. You're the worst, the NBA guys. I keep saying this because all they do is pick based on hype. Because they say, well, we're not going to have a rule that we're going to put a rule in place that stops kids from going straight out of high school. So, and what do they do right after that? How to pick the one and done dudes. Somebody's got to save the NBA guys from themselves because they're the worst.
Yeah, I agree.
You're telling me a kid who's a freshman ends up being better than a dude that's a senior, even though he's not. I watch those guys. Again, I hate to put people on blast, but I just got to talk about what people do. The University of Washington won the league 2 straight years. Right? Mike Hoxton's a head coach. They had the kid Matisse Thybulle, Jalen Noel, who's in the league, and some other upperclassmen. They recruit 2 McDonald's All-Americans, Isaiah Stewart and Jalen McDaniels. You know what place they came in the next year?
Last. Yeah.
You got 2 McDonald's All-American. You come in last place. And then what does the NBA go and do in the draft? Take them both in the first round. So by definition, they took them both in the first round. So in college basketball, where there's got to be players that are not as good as the highest league in the world, they're in last place. So what you're saying is the coaching must have sucked. Who's guy was a coach a year the prior 2 years before that, by the way, with upperclassmen. You go take these 2 dudes and they finish in last place and arguably probably the worst of the top 5 leagues, Hatter. It's the NBA, man. They just draft bad players. They do a bad job of drafting, man. And all they do, they take the younger players regardless. It don't
So
even
you
matter
rather
if you
So you rather them take the other guys that they didn't pick?
They finished in last place in the Pac-12.
No.
Both of them in the first
Since
round.
you say they get since you say they do a bad draft, so it's some more guys they could have drafted. So you rather them go try it again and redraft and go get the guy?
No, what I'm saying is I just think they do a bad job of evaluating. That's my opinion.
But they just evaluate from the best they have. I think I got that for y'all. I think, yeah, Chris, I really believe that. Watch this. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me see. I'm gonna give you a minute of it. Here you go. I hope, Chris, you get a better gist of it.
I didn't think they really dissed him.
But guess what? Guess what? You didn't. But evidently Kwame did. You follow me? You didn't go unless somebody talking about you. But you said something good about the NBA not being able to what you say evaluate. Hold on, let me show you something though, Mr. Evaluator. I think you've missed. I think all people have missed in this thing. But guess what? Even they admitted the guy showed flashes of brilliance and flashes of greatness. He just said that. So
the broke clock is white twice a day. Keep going.
Yes. So Chris, so you mean every player that you've seen in your life that you evaluated?
See, there you go. There you go. There you go with those extremes. That's not what I'm saying.
But you said the NBA, you at blanket.
Terrible.
But that's an extreme also, Chris.
Down with Daryl Morey. Sit Daryl Morey next to me. Sit them all next to me. I sit there and evaluate next to him. Terrible. You know why? Because they got a bunch of guys that never played a day in their lives, right? That sit there and rise through the ranks, I know. That's why former players can't get no seats. Got a bunch of guys that went to MIT and different universities of that hue of Stanford or whatever, because they know numbers, and then they're judging. They don't understand the locker room, and they don't know what a real player is, but they know numbers, which is fine because numbers is a part of it. Right? And these guys they don't care where these guys come from. They do all these background checks like it matters if they're going to draft them or not. Man, get out of here with that nonsense. The end of the day, they do a terrible job. They do it based on potential and hype. That's what they do. They don't pick the best guys all the time. I'm just telling you, they don't. Look at the NBA
so those
right now.
400 and so those
question.
no
That little guard that plays for Denver right now. What's his name? The little kid from
Monte Morris.
No, hell no. Monte Morris way better than this dude. The little kid from where's oh my God, what's his name? Played for the Spurs, lefty.
Oh,
Gonna be in the Hall of Fame. The little Campuzzo, whatever his name is.
Oh, you don't like that kid though. You don't like him for some reason.
Hold on. You're telling me that dude, and I'm even go farther on with the kid from the Dallas Mavericks. They finally got rid of because he was
JJ Barea.
Come on, man. Give me a break, man.
So because of those, so you use those two examples.
I got more
of saying the NBA is bad. So those 450.
I got more. I got more on the other side too. That just hype dudes. I'm like, what that dude doing?
I got a question for you.
I'm gonna give you two more names.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you two more names. Right? How you pronounce Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, his brother. His brother.
What they play in college?
True.
What they play in college? What they do? What they doing in the NBA?
They got good genes.
Get out of here with that nonsense. That's my point. So the NBA ain't just about the best players. That's ridiculous.
I got a question. So you're telling me those 450
Walter Yates, Caruso is awful.
You telling me those 450 guys playing in the NBA, you telling this audience they're not the best?
No, they're not the best. Come on, how do you know that?
I asked you a question. I said, you telling this audience they're not the best.
They're not the best. No, they're not the best.
And half the guys on this feed would get a left testicle to be in the NBA.
But that's not what we're talking about. That's not.
Yes,
yes. That's a different conversation. Would you rather be on the NBA in the witness protection program where you don't have to play one game and you get to practice and you get to make about $2 million a year? That's not the question you're asking.
Chris,
the question you ask is, are they the best?
Jim,
and I'm
Chris,
saying no.
Capozzo will come in a gym with a bunch of y'all that think y'all play in college and all y'all and tear y'all a new asshole.
You out of your
who is that?
Let me put
JJ. Hold up, JJ Barea would come in. I've seen it. Would come out there at the LA Summer League and out
hype,
there
man.
and would.
It's hype. It's hype, Hatter. It's hype. It's hype. That little dude, you lost your mind, man. It's hype. I watched two little dudes. I watched the Knicks and Celtics yesterday, right? I watched the Knicks and Celtics. You know what I'm going
Jamon Waters.
No, not him. The other one from H-Town. Who would you rather have? You think, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Carson Edwards. Yeah.
So you rather have Campuzzo than Carson Edwards? You telling me Campuzzo would have went to the Big Ten and tore the Big Ten up? Man, get out of here with that nonsense.
It ain't about tearing the Big Ten up. He went to a place that he can fit.
Listen to you.
I got a question. Do you know Capuzzo's a resume? Have you?
What's it matter?
I just asked you a question. Have you looked at? See, the Noah man. Hold up, Chris. The Noah man. You look at his history. You just go look at his history.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm watching him play. I'm like, really? Like this dude?
But why are you watching?
It don't matter what his history is.
You watching him play on one of the best teams in the NBA.
No, who? The Denver Nuggets?
Yes.
They're not one of the best teams in the league. They're not one. They got one of the best players in the league. They're not one of the best teams in the league. No way. I'm not buying that brand.
Okay. It kills me when guys like y'all and who else on there, Franklin Paul and all of these guys on it. It kills me how y'all just think these guys can't play. These guys would tear y'all ass a new asshole.
The point I made was Antetokounmpo's two brothers are in the NBA and have no resume at all because they want to make the league global. The same way with this kid. They want to make the league global. There's about 20 dudes better than this dude that can be in the NBA and this dude's in the league. Come on, man, with that nonsense. Come on, Hatter. You got to stop that. You need to stop that, Hatter. You stop that.
Dude.
You need to stop that. You really need to stop that.
I know what I'm
Just
talking
because
about.
Mike Malone, all these dudes doing certain things, you're not in a room with them dudes. I just told you that the University of Washington got 2 kids drafted that were terrible, but yet the NBA took them. So what the NBA is saying is college don't matter. That's what they're saying. College don't matter. We just do what
They
we want to do.
telling
Them
you
college
now
guys.
college don't matter. What the hell? What are you talking about?
What do you mean college don't matter? It mattered for Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, but that's
It
Cade
mattered for Cade
Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Hold up. It's a rule the NBA put in, Chris. It's a
I
rule the
understand that.
Players Association put in.
Yeah.
A
Why
rule
they put
that
it in?
would be abolished soon. So really, to them, college don't matter. Guess who college matter to?
Oh, it matter, coach.
how-
It matter. College does matter. College matter. It should matter. It's a way to exclude dudes. Because
why when you
they
go
don't
to
have
college
draft
for?
Kwame Browns now.
I got a
Kwame
question.
Browns would have had to go to college before. Go on.
Why when you stay in college longer, they hold that against you?
Exactly. It's idiotic. Because
Chris,
let me tell you what, Hatter.
Chris,
Let me tell you what, Hatter.
Chris, all I'm trying to figure out is who are you, just you, one man, to sit up here and said this league, and it's possible, that's been going, got this 75th anniversary,
Man,
but
that's
you
ridiculous.
saying it's been going on for 75 years, how you gonna sit up here and say
Hatter.
they
Let me
don't
ask
know
you a
what
question.
they're
How many
doing?
years- Let me ask you a question. How many years is let me see. I'm gonna help you out. And I don't even want the chop shop to agree with me. Let me think for a second. Patrick Ewing, he came out of high school, right? No, he didn't. Clyde Drexler, he came out of high school, right?
No,
No, he didn't. Scottie Pippen came out of high school, right?
nope.
I got more. I can keep going.
Okay.
So, but my point is, the NBA decided to do that. Going to school longer did not help. Mark Jackson came out of high school, right? I'm naming all Hall of Fame dudes. Chris Mullin, all them dudes that stayed in college all those years and it ended up being Hall of Famers. They made a decision when the rule changed to start doing this. It ain't that being an older hurts you. It's that they just don't pick you.
They made what you said. They made a decision. What?
The NBA made a decision.
They
Let me finish.
changed the rule.
They made a decision.
Uh-huh.
They changed the rule,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean they gotta draft them. After 1 year, they didn't want to draft all them dudes from Kentucky and Duke. They're the ones that's doing that. They cannot do it because I just told you every player back in the day stayed and they still went to the NBA with stars. Mitch Richmond, I can keep naming them. It's ridiculous. Come on, man.
I never
It-
said
NBA
nobody was not. That never came out of my mouth and said nobody wouldn't be a star if they
You
went to
said
school.
you told me that how can I in 75 years the league
I said,
been going-
how can you sit up here and you said the NBA don't know it, and they been running this business for 75 years without you, real good.
have they?
They've been running it real good without you for 75 years, but
Okay.
you saying that these guys are all over, they don't know what they're doing, Hatter. These guys can't play. Capuzzo.
That's my
Capuzzo.
opinion. I think they make terrible draft picks. They do. They make bad draft
Everybody.
picks. That's why they.
Chris, Chris, if you deal in this game long enough where you have to evaluate something,
I'm gonna do like you.
yes, you're gonna miss, Chris. You've missed.
Hatter, they miss all the time. Hatter, they make picks. They put dudes in the league, and I know the general layman sitting here on the chop shop on his feet, be like, "What is this dude doing in the NBA?" And on top of that, you say the best players in the league. Some of them dudes on the side on that bench don't deserve to be in the league, and some of the dudes in the G League deserve to be in the NBA. It's politics too. So everybody in the NBA is not the best player. It's the best league, but everybody in that league is not the best player. Come on, man. You know that, Hatter.
I ain't no.
Come
It
on,
kills
Hatter,
me
you killing
when guys who are not. I mean, it's easy to sit on your lofty perch and say, and see, unlike you, what's his name, Michael, I got an opinion about stuff. I don't agree with him because it's Chris Walker and Jimmy Hicks, Michael Pelter. I just don't agree with people because y'all think I'm supposed to. Let's get that straight. Because I got a mind of my own. But
Okay.
I'm just sitting here thinking about, we got guys like Chris Walker gonna sit up and say this NBA, these guys cannot evaluate.
They're not great at it, no.
Everybody miss on evaluations, Chris. Come on, man. People
Man,
get
whatever,
injured.
man.
Sam, you're talking about Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie got injured.
I understand that. But they picked Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
And they picked Keem Olajuwon over Michael Jordan.
Forget Akeem.
How did that work out?
Y'all said the dude that you say is the best player ever. If you ask Portland to do it all over again, whoever that GM was should never in the world, never in the history of the world, ever be able to say he was anything in basketball.
Why?
I sit on TV and watch all these GMs on all these shows on NFL Prime and Charlie Casserly and all these dudes. And I sit here and laugh my butt off. Mel Kiper. Come on, dude. Stop that nonsense. That these dudes know more and they can sit there and put their opinions out there. And had it 9 times out of 10, it's not hard to get the top dudes right. Wrong, I mean. But in the margins, you know how many people they miss on? Those quarterbacks, they should take this guy. It doesn't make sense.
It's a make or miss league.
How long is Daniel Jones going to be in the witness protection program in New York?
Danny Dimes.
Trubisky in Chicago. Just listening to these dudes. And I'm like, these dudes make decisions based on what these dudes are saying. Come on, Hatter. Stop it.
Chris.
Come on, man.
You're going to miss, Chris. You're going to miss.
Remember Brad Sellers with Chicago Bulls? Brad Sellers? You remember him? That was your home.
All I ask you a question is, and you never answered this yet, and I hope y'all understand. Have you ever missed? You're 27. You're 27 years. Hold on. 27 years.
Occasionally, but again, you said, are they the best players in the world? All I did was mention a player, and you. So let me ask you a question. That's why I love the Chop Shop. I love Thaddeus Moody. Brad Seller was ahead of his time. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
That from Chicago.
Chop Shop 3. He didn't get off the thread talking about that.
No, you leave him alone. You leave Thad alone.
He was ahead of his time. Brad Sellers was.
See, Thad ain't from Houston, so he don't know about you. You know, you ain't no legend to him. But keep going.
Hey, Herb Baker, who I missed on, Herb Baker? You need to stop tripping right now. But here's the deal, Hatter. You're telling me Campuzzo is one of the best 450 players in the world. No. Just answer that question.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
Answer that question.
I didn't say that.
Campuzzo,
I said, but
I'm asking you.
But guess what? But guess what? When I put his name in that search engine and that name pop up, NBA player, active player, something that I wanted to do and I was never to get a sniff. I respect that. I promise you. I'm sorry. I don't care.
I didn't say I didn't respect it. I asked you your own personal opinion. I'm asking you. I'm not talking about the search engine and what the Denver Nuggets decided.
You know what I love about it?
You.
I love he runs that offense, that pick and roll that they hold on. Can I? You just asked me a question. He runs that pick and.
But keep going though.
He runs that pick and roll offense with Joker to perfection.
You know, he probably do it better than the other guy that played before him, right? If he let you tell it.
No.
Who's the other guy that played before?
But no. Man, we got to have some flavor. You're right. We got to have some international flavor. This is a global game now, Chris. This just ain't Chris from Third Ward and Rosewood no more.
Third Ward. Why you gotta go to Third Ward?
Fourth Ward. I mean Fifth Ward. Whatever them wards. Oh, I'm just saying, Chris. This is a global game now. This ain't the little old game down the street no more. Okay, this game is watched at over 200. I think.
So that means kids that grow up in this country because it was our sport. Kids that grow up in this country can't make it because we're going to let 5-7 dudes from wherever he's from. We need them to make it to make the game global. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Guess what? Everybody ain't gonna make it anyway. It ain't but the top 1% gonna make it anyway. So guess what? All of our kids ain't gonna make it. We just sit up here and told them, don't try to make that league. If you don't have them, we just sit up here. You that came on here and said it, Chris. We got to go to a break because I need your brain to get back up.
You need to get you a drink and get you a shot while you at it. Because
I don't
you
drink.
lost your mind talking
Chris,
about that dude.
I tell you one thing, and I always say this with Jimmy. I would agree with that stuff you saying, but then both of us would be wrong. Chop shop. I'll be back.
Kobe's personal stats speak for themselves. Kobe was on a different level. He never took shortcuts when it came to basketball. He gave this game his all. Kobe played through injury after injury. To name a few, he had IVs administered during halftimes to play through food poisoning and the flu. He played with a broken nose. He had a broken finger and had it snap back in place just enough to finish the game. He also taught himself how to use his left hand to play the rest of the season while his finger healed. He even swished 2 free throws with a torn Achilles and walked off the court on his own.
Hey, that's that Kwame Brown come at y'all. That's that Kwame Brown was coming at y'all, Chris and Steven Jackson there. Omar coming. But that was a good question, Herb. I like to hear it twice, Herb. That's why I play it twice. I like to hear it twice. Vanessa's speech was awesome, Chris. I wanted to share that with some people who didn't get a chance to see it last night. Thought about Kevin Garnett last night, Chris. Special guy that I happen to know, and he just was a guy, man. You know, everybody don't do this, man. And I got to tell you about this guy, Kevin Garnett, because a lot of stories. I remember y'all got on him one time when he said something about I think I got it somewhere, y'all. We know when he said something about the AAU guys, the guys coming in the league, they weren't ready to come in the league. And Chris, I remember you jumping on him. But what I like about KG a lot, man, is just you probably already know he's one of the most intense competitors in the NBA has ever seen. But did you know that he would sometimes lose in card games against his teammates on purpose because he was self-conscious of the money he was making? Let y'all know a little bit more about this guy. You probably already know he served as a mentor to a lot of these young players. But did you know that he used Maximus Battle with Competence in the Gladiator as a tutorial to teach his rookies about what it takes to win in the NBA? And you probably already know Kevin Garnett has some of the best footwork the NBA has ever seen for a big man. But did you also know his dance move was so good that a private golf club let a surprise birthday party go into the wee hours of the morning because KG was cutting a rug with the members all night long. He spent 21 seasons in the NBA, man. The reason I had to talk to y'all about this guy, he's one of the best friends. He shouted out Sam Cassell. He shouted out Paul Pierce. Sam was in the audience, and I never forget. He came to visit us came to Houston and visited us a few years back. I think my son was going into his last summer, 11th grade, and he told TJ Ford, he said, "Man, you see that young man right there?" He said, "Do me a favor. He going into the EYBL this year." He said, "I want you to." I didn't really know TJ that good. This the meeting that I really met TJ, and he said, "Take that young man and have him ready for the EYBL." And I'll never forget what he told my son. He said, "Man, people might be bigger than you. People might be strong and faster." He said, "But don't let nobody outwork you." Kevin Garnett, man, you go in the mall. He the kind of guy, you go in the mall. Let's say me and Chris, he tell me to meet him at the mall. Chris Walker just with me. KG would shut the mall down and buy everybody with. I mean, he just one of the most giving people in the world. And he talked about going back and doing something for Minnesota and making sure the Minnesota Timberwolves are back on track. You got to remember, Chris, he said that in his speech. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't know if you know, they agreed to principle for new ownership. So that old ownership is gone. The guy who reneged on the deal, I forgot his name. The guy who reneged on the deal with Kevin Garnett, and they got new leadership. But I just wanted to share those stories with y'all, man. Great dude, intense guy. Man, I'm telling you, man, love him. He just done so much for so many people. Chris, let's say you're a rookie on the team. When you come on the team, he gonna make sure you buy. He sent his tailor over to measure you and buy you a suit. Glenn Taylor, thank you. He sent his tailor over to buy you a suit. Hey, get Chris a suit just like mine. Suit him up. Chris like Tom Ford. Well, get him whatever you want. That's the kind of guy. I just want, a lot of people don't know these stories about him because these are intimate, but don't look at that scowl on TV. He really a great guy with a great heart. And I just wanted to share that with y'all about him, Chris. What else you got, Chris?
I mean, the only thing I got negative to say about KG, he was actually the architect of the first big three, man. So get off my dude LBJ. Because when they went to Boston, why you putting your hand on your face? When they went to Boston, Paul Pierce, KG, and what's his name? What's the other kid name? The shooter.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure you said that. So let you know the other three. That's when and with Rondo, by the way, that was the original big three. That's why LeBron had to leave Cleveland. So I love KG.
And he said, hold up, he said he shut LeBron down. He made LeBron go and try to fight. He said that on one of them shows. He said, yes.
Because it's the truth.
He said, I made LeBron. I broke LeBron. He had to go and find him some help. I'm just telling you what he said.
Calm down with all that now. Tell him to calm down. Him and Paul Pierce, calm down with all that mess. You know what I'm saying? And they still mad at Ray Allen to this day. I got a question for everybody on the Chop Shop feed, because I know Herb will love talking about this as he talk about my players, talking about they were busting stuff, being all mean to people and their children and stuff. Nevertheless, do you think Ray Allen is I don't want to use the word sellout, for going to Miami and playing with LeBron after years of playing in Boston and those guys hating each other? Does that make Ray Allen a sellout? Or, I mean, you have a problem with Ray Allen doing that, Hatter?
What you mean what you mean by hating each other?
When he went to play with LeBron, he was one made the shot in the corner that when they beat the Spurs. He was with the Celtics, and they were terrorizing the Heat, right? Not terrorizing the Cavaliers. And he went and again, Kevin Garnett forced LeBron to go to Miami, and then Ray Allen went over to Miami. They arch enemy. And them dudes, I think KG and
they didn't like, dude, they didn't like that, man. I'm telling you, Rondo still don't. Wow. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like it.
They didn't stop Rondo from playing. Man, please, man.
And Kelton said he sold out. But like I said,
for what?
So you're saying LeBron patterned himself after KG. You just admitted that, right?
I never said that.
You just said LeBron, the reason KG had the original big three, So LeBron
Yes, that's true.
emulated him. So right.
He had to leave. He had to go find. He had to leave. The same way the Lakers, right, convinced dudes like Shaq. Herb be giving me credit for dudes that I have no credit for. Miss like dudes like Shaq leave to go to LA, right? The Lakers need dudes too. They don't blame Kobe. They don't blame Kobe because Shaq came to LA. Do you blame Kobe for that?
Shaq run him out of there and still won. How about that?
What's that?
Kobe ran him away from there and still won.
Yeah, he did. They had some good. They had a good play. They had a good team.
Okay.
That's another guy people say was a bust, but really wasn't a bust.
Who?
Who am I talking about? Played for the Lakers.
Who?
Big
This
fella.
guy right here?
No. Yo. Oh, big fella. Andrew. What's his name? Is it Andrew? Who's the big dude that played for? There was the Twin Towers. It was Paul Gasol, and it was the other big one.
Andrew Bynum.
Next
Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum. People thought he was a bust. He was another one that went straight out of high school.
Hey, Herb said you
Another-
recruited. Who did Jimmy recruit? Did you recruit?
Herb being messy over there, but don't listen to her. Herb will know what he's talking about. Herb getting the outer crust of the stories. Don't know what the heck's going on. I ain't mad at it.
But Chris,
the bottom line is
go.
the bottom line. What's that?
No, I'm
What's
sorry.
that? I just don't understand why people mad at Ray Allen because he chose to go play with a different team. I don't get it.
He's a free agent. He had a chance to sign. So wait a minute. Wasn't Kevin Durant a free agent when he left?
No, you can't say nothing bad
just
about him.
asked a
Kevin Durant,
question.
you know how sensitive he is. He may come on the chop shop. So
I just asked a question. No. I'm on his side. Wasn't he a free agent? Mark Edwards. Help me out this, Mark. Wasn't he a free agent when he decided to come play with my nephew? Steph Curry. Was he a free agent? Why can't players exercise their freedom of movement? Kevin.
Nah, that was the worst sellout move of all time. That was the worst sellout
I asked you a
move.
question. Was he a free agent? Was he a free agent? Chris,
Worst sellout
answer
move
the
of all
question.
time.
Was he a free agent?
I don't think he was a free agent.
Yes,
had a
he
year
was.
left.
They didn't get compensated for it. He was a free agent.
Did he have a year left?
No. He was a
You
free
sure about
agent.
that?
He
You
was
sure
a
about
free
that?
agent. He was a free agent. Now, Candace, don't you start me, Candace. Don't you mess about my don't you mess about my other
you
nephew.
went right down that rabbit hole. You went right down that rabbit hole.
Hey, Harden wasn't a free agent. Let me tell you what he did, Candace. Wherever you work at, Candace. Let's say Candace. No, Candace. Wherever you work at, right? And you've been winning, Candace. You've been killing. You've been winning, Candace. And all of a sudden, they don't like you, Candace, because them sorry guys can't make a layup around you, Candace, right?
Oh my
So
God.
Candace. So guess what, Candace? Hold on, you gotta help me. So my coach, who helped me, get to where I'm at, you get rid of him, Candace. Hold on. Then you get the GM, Candace, and you get rid of him, and you expect, and then you hire somebody who have no experience doing nothing, and you think I'm gonna stay there? No, I'm going to hang out with Lil Uzi. What's the name of the little boy? What's the little boy James went and hung out? I'm going to hang out with Lil Uzi.
Man, you got James in witness protection, man. You need to stop it with that.
I love James.
You need to stop it with that.
I can't help you. He sit back and watch his boy. Hold up, y'all. Did I put that on there? Hold up. Speaking of the Nets, hold on. No, I didn't put it on there. Boy, I sure had something for y'all about them Nets. Oh my God, I had something for y'all, but I didn't do it. But that's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Hold on.
Hey, did LeBron came back 2 games. They win both games.
Man, them dudes laid down for LeBron and them, man.
The Lakers. I'm just asking if the Lakers won. I don't know. The Lakers won. I'm just saying.
The baby. Thank you, Kevin.
Baby. Yeah,
Thank you, Kevin. See, Kevin, I don't know nothing about no rappers. But Chris, I love it.
Did the Lakers win both games?
No, he was not unprofessional, Mindy. I'm not gonna go there with you, man. That wasn't unprofessional.
That was unprofessional what he did? That
Yeah.
wasn't unprofessional?
No, it was not.
It wasn't unprofessional?
No, it was not.
It was professional. Like your homeboy left, when your boy left Jacksonville to go to the Rams. That wasn't unprofessional?
Nope.
Boy, you something else, boy.
Know why I said
Where's the
that?
hat at?
I'm gonna tell you why I said that.
Get off. Do something else.
I'm gonna tell you why I said that. Cause y'all little African American people, Mindy,
Oh, wow.
Mindy and Chris Walker, y'all don't never say nothing when them owners just run somebody's ass out of here. Y'all don't never say nothing. Is that professional? You wake up one morning. Hey, no. Hold on. You're getting ready to play the game. Hold on, Mindy. Watch this. You're getting ready to play a game, and they tell you no. You said you don't you dress out. You just sit on the bench. Right before you out there warming up, and they tell you not.
Let me ask you a question. What good player does that happen to? It definitely happened to the scrubs because it should happen to the
No,
scrubs.
it happened to
What good player?
It happened
What
to
good player?
It happened to Sean. What his name? Sean, the one who got traded from
The one we
Robert
don't know
Ory.
the name of.
Yeah,
Right, the one we don't know the name of.
but it happens. It happens. But I'm just talking about professional. Y'all can't expect a player to be professional, and these owners can cut your ass or send you to Siberia anytime they want to. But you expect the players, you ninjas, y'all expect the players to whatever you said, Mazza, whatever
No,
you
that's
say.
not what it is. That's
Yeah,
not what it is.
that's what y'all expect from the player. Why can't you expect the same from the owner?
Because you sign a contract and you got to fulfill your contract. You don't want to fulfill
The
the contract.
owner
You
signed
want the
said
money.
contract also.
They still got to pay it, Hatter. They still got to pay it, even though
But they can leave
you got to
you-
go to Siberia
Chris,
and still pay your contract.
Chris, they can send you wherever they want to, anytime they want to. That's
They
not
still
professional.
pay you, though. They still
Huh?
pay you. They still pay you.
James
It's
showed
called,
up.
It's called, hey, Hatter, let me ask you a question.
James
You own
showed
a-
up.
let me ask you
Instead
a
of scoring
question.
30, he hit 17.
You own a restaurant, and the person that works at the restaurant who agreed to work at a certain time of the day decides they don't want to work those hours. So because they don't want to work those hours, they still expect to get paid, and they want to do what they want to do. You're
Different-
the owner.
Different industry.
Oh my God.
Entertainment.
No, it's called entitlement. It's called entitlement, is what it's called. You want all the money, and then you want to make decisions, and you don't own the team. Tell me
That's
what
called
industry
player empowerment.
Oh,
Let me
no,
repeat
it's
that.
called- no, that's not what it's called.
Hold on.
No, that's not what it's called. Tell them to do it in
All
football. and see what
contracts,
happens.
Ed Russell, are
Tell them to
made
do
to
it
be
in
broken.
football.
Excuse.
Tell them to do it in football.
All contracts are made to be broken. I'm going to repeat that. Every contract in this league, it's not a contract. A contract is just a piece of paper.
No,
You can
stop.
get out of a contract.
Tell the scrubs to do it then. Tell the
You can
guys that
get
can't
out of
play
a
to do it.
contract, y'all. They renegotiate contracts all the time. What are y'all talking about? Y'all quit being
Hatter.
fans. I'm trying to get y'all out of fandom and get y'all in the
Hatter.
real world.
So
That's
why
all.
don't the terrible players try to do it? Why is it always? It's only 2 or 3 of them that try, by the way. But the lion's share of them don't try to get out of a contract because they happy to be there.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Zach,
y'all.
somebody calling you, chopping you up with that nonsense you're talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
That's probably the NFL calling you right now with that nonsense. At the end of the day, you know, like I know, them bums ain't trying to get out of their contracts.
Well,
It's
guess
those
what?
prima donnas.
I'm glad you
It's the
said
prima
that.
donnas.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. Thank God James is one of the players that he can do that. And guess what? They sent him right where he said he want to go. If I was y'all, I would sit up here and say,
Why?
because, hold on. Because if I read you the story, go read Spencer Haywood's book, Ed Russell and Mindy Collins. I applaud you, Ed Russell, Chris Walker, and Mindy Collins, to go read Spencer Haywood's book. Ed Russell, Mindy Collins, and Chris.
Okay, what does it say? What does it say?
He signed a, hold up. They had this man sign a contract, right? Spencer Haywood. Talking about they're going to make him the highest paid player in the league. But in the contract, it had when he gets 55 to 75, he got to come back and work for the trucking company that they own. When he get to hold up. Hey, you little black boy. When I finish with you playing right here, when you're 55 to get the rest of this money, I'm going to give you $1 million. All of this rest of this money going to be in escrow until you're 55 and 75. And then you can come and work for me at my trucking company and you can get the rest. That's a contract. That's a contract. And guess what? Those kind of contracts are not, it was a contract. So Spencer was supposed to, hold on. Spencer was supposed to say, Sonya, yeah, he signed it, Sonya. Well, yes, sir, Mazel, I'm going to come back at 55 and get the rest of that money you owe me. No, it got him out of that deal. Contracts are made to be broken. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
That was 1925. That was 1925. Okay.
No, but he the one started. He the one started the free agency. He started it.
Kurt Flood started.
No, I'm talking about in the NBA, man. Listen
Kurt Flood started free
baseball.
Agency, I understand, but that was a start of free agency, period. Because the MLB had the reserve clause. They had the worst rules.
Chris Walker. We're talking about contracts here. Y'all sitting there talking about contracts. Don't tell me about no contracts. Cause hold up. Aaron Rodgers got a contract right now. What he telling them people?
Who?
Aaron. You don't know who Aaron Rodgers is?
And what team he played for?
Green Bay Packers.
What team has he played for the last 20 years? The Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
All that mess.
He got a contract. No. But he got a contract.
I guarantee he'll still be playing for him next year. I guarantee he's gonna suit up.
He got a contract. But watch they negotiate.
Watch. You know how to tell people how the money works in football. So since you the contract, I'm not going.
What you mean how it works?
He ain't making no money playing for them right now. He got all his money already. You know that.
Yeah, he ain't have no these last 2 years ain't guaranteed. But once
exactly.
Hold up, listen, you Mr. Know-It-All. Once he shows back up at camp, guess what? That 30 for this year he make it. He right now saying, I have no more guarantees on my contract.
Yes.
You clowns just drafted a new dude last year. I need y'all, and y'all should have did it a long time ago. I need y'all to re-up me. And all they got to do, but they just in that. But I'm gonna tell you, he got a contract though. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But you, like you said, there's nuances to his contract that are in his favor. If he has, because why didn't he do this last year?
What?
Why this year? Why didn't he do this last year?
Because ain't no guaranteed money left on these deals. I just told you that. But he's still
it's in his favor.
But Chris, he's still under contract.
Contract in football is different than contract in basketball. Yes or no?
Yeah, no, not necessarily. See, y'all keep hearing.
Tell people the difference. Tell people the difference between football contract and basketball contract.
Chris, in today's time, there really is not that big of a difference anymore, because the NFL is getting guaranteed upfront money. Matter of fact, they get their money before the basketball players get their money. The basketball players got to wait. Julio Jones, listen to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't know what the hell. I'm just slow down. Julio Jones got $64 million at signing. He signed it. NBA, them owners said, no, we're going to drag this up.
But how much did he get overall? How much did he get overall?
Don't matter.
Made $64 million.
He got 64 right now in his bank account. That's guaranteed. Hold up. That's guaranteed.
I got you on that. But isn't the NBA the complete contract guaranteed?
Yeah, but what if, hold up, I got a question.
What if more than Julio Jones?
What if the NBA guy passes away? That money go to somebody else.
Okay, we talking.
No. Well, I'm just letting you know they talk about this, Chris, in contracts.
Why do NFL guys want to make basketball money or say we need to change our CBA and do it the way basketball guys say it if they're getting all their money up front? Why do football players say that?
Some guys don't know what they're talking about. They want Chris, they want their contracts guaranteed all the way out like NBA players. But I'm telling them guys, shut the hell up. Get this money. You giving Russell Wilson. Man, Sierra got all that money now. Sierra ain't got to wait.
I know, but how do we talking about the whole league? You talking about the top of the league. In the NBA, everybody contract guaranteed. In the NFL, only the top dudes get to eat.
Well, okay.
That's why the NBA. That's why the NBA is better.
Chris, when I talk sports, you always talk about the top guys, Chris. So you want to talk about? Let's talk about the low. So you want to talk about a show? So you want to do a segment on the low level guys right now? That's what you want to do?
No, I'm saying the league. Not the top of the league, not the hierarchy, the league, right? You just like you start loving up on your friend with that little romance with Campuzzo a minute ago. The league, you say he one of the 450 best players in the world. I'm like, you out your rabbit, you know what mine, okay? That's what you said. So what I'm saying is it ain't just for the top dogs. It's about the whole league. How about this, Hatter? If Julio Jones signed for $64 million, he the best wide receiver.
No, he signed for 100, but he got 64 up front.
He got 64 up front.
Yeah.
What's the middle of the road dude get? Forget about Julio. He won the best.
I don't. Man, you can't tell what the middle of the road get. I mean, they might get $20 million guaranteed.
Right.
That's a lot of money, Chris. Chris.
I know.
Y'all be acting like this 20 million.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Chris,
I'm not. You talking like Becky with the good hair.
No, Chris. Y'all act like 20 million ain't nothing. Y'all just throw it around.
You act like that.
No,
you act like 20 million ain't nothing. Because you saying why we talking about the lower tier dudes? I'm like 20 million ain't nothing.
No. But you asked me what the middle tier guy would get. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But how did we get here? How did we get here?
Because you be talking.
No. I know how we got here. Ed Russell and Mindy Collins gonna tell me he got a contract. Man, let me tell you something, man. It's a word called renegotiate. Okay? Go look that up. Every contract has a way to be broken. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. And y'all don't have to take y'all go Google it. I ain't got time to go. What else we got, Chris?
James Harden wasn't trying to renegotiate his contract. He was just trying to leave. Anyway,
James Harden. Let me tell you something. Like
they offered him $50 million. How did they offer him $100 million?
They offered Oladipo $50 million, $45 million, and he didn't take it, and now he hurt.
He wanted to be in Miami. He didn't want to be in Houston.
But Chris,
he wanted to be in Miami.
But Chris, he hurt, and guess what? I just heard the other day, he might never get $45 million for the rest of his career.
Lost his mind. Bad advice. But you told me about a certain. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna be messy.
No, be merciful.
You told me about a certain agency that everybody jumping on, losing dudes money out there. That's what you told me about. That everybody falling in love with, but giving bad advice, and dudes are losing hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's all right. But leave them people alone, man. I mean, they trying to leave them people alone. We'll do that another show. No.
My God.
No. This ain't the chop shop. This I don't know what shop it is. This just the shop today. We ain't chopping up. I ain't chopping up no companies on this show. I'm not chopping them up, man.
Wow.
I'm not chopping them up, man.
Wow.
That's not Chris. I never hear you on here chopping up another coach. I never hear you chopping up another.
You're right.
Okay,
You know what?
that's Hold up. What Mindy at?
chop 'em up?
What Mindy? That's professional courtesy.
But how about can I chop them up then?
Yeah, you can say what you want to.
So let's talk about that since we're talking about the league. I want to see we're talking about the Hall of Fame. All right. Who are some of the players? I love to hear the boom boom room. We see who got in the Hall of Fame. Who's not in the Hall of Fame that should be in the Hall? I saw Ben Wallace getting in. I'm like, Ben Wallace? Ben Wallace? Is Ben Wallace a Hall of Famer, Hatter? You tell me. Because you were the same person sitting on this show saying Dwight Howard wasn't a Hall of Famer. So you're telling me Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer and Dwight Howard is not?
He's just not. But see,
I'll wait.
I'm going to give you a unique take on that one. I don't have a vote. I just said,
Oh my God!
I said-
you need to stop. I'm done with you.
I say not to me. I ain't never liked the Dwight Howard game. So I'm the wrong person to ask. I've never
I'm gonna
liked it.
ask you. So you don't have an opinion? Is that what you're telling me?
I said no. I'm telling you no.
Oh, you think that he should get in before Dwight Howard?
Well, he already is in. So ain't
No,
nothing I
he's
can
in.
say.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying you saying Dwight Howard is not a Hall of Famer, and they putting Ben.
Hey, hold
What's
on,
that?
man. I got to answer my women. I got to
Big
answer
Ross.
to Sonya. Sonya said, how would you agree that James handled it not so well and just you don't care about how he handled it? You called me my boy. That's it. Sonya, thank you. Let me put that on the
See,
screen.
you biased. That's why it's hard to talk to
Sonya,
you because you're biased.
Sonya, let me tell you something. Somebody called me
Hardaway.
after the show
Tim
last week.
Hardaway.
Somebody,
Go on. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Penny should be. But somebody called me the other day, right after the show, talking about Chris Walker was negative. I said, let me tell you something. I can say negative, but you can't. I ain't gonna let nobody talk
Why
about
did they say I
my
was
people.
negative? Why they
Yeah,
say I
you
was
know when you was talking about them kids can't play and all that kind of stuff. So, but
'Cause they can't
Sonya,
play. 'Cause they
I
can't
respect
play.
that. I respect
can't
that.
play.
I'm on Sonya. Like I ain't gonna let nobody say nothing about you, Sonya. I don't care if they caught you in the store stealing and he was wrong. I'm gonna come get you out. She didn't steal it. She was waiting on me to come pay it. Now, how about that?
Hatter, do people understand this is an opinion show?
Yes.
This is an opinion show.
Yeah.
It ain't about being negative. It's my take. And why do people get mad when you say kids can't play? They can't. They can't play. So let's stop the nonsense and stop acting. Oh my God. That's why this nonsense keeps happening over and over and over again.
Chris.
Because we don't come to realization that some people, Hatter, just can't play. You know, when you go to church, and I went to a funeral the other day, right?
I remember.
And I was listening to somebody sing. I was like, this person can't sing. I mean, or you go to a sermon, or you go to a church, Hatter, you say, this dude can't preach. You can't even have an opinion no more. You can't have an opinion, Hatter.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on, man.
Hey,
Anyway,
man.
let's get back to you telling me Dwight Howard. Somebody said, you said an interesting name, and I'm not so sure he's a Hall of Famer.
Who?
Penny Hardaway.
I mean, could you write? Hold up. Could you write the
Penny
history?
Hardaway's a Hall
I got
of
a
Famer?
question. And my question is, could you write the history of basketball and he not be included in it? And it'll be all right.
Let me get a capital Y, a capital E, a capital S. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then, that's how you
telling me
feel.
You can't write basketball without Penny Hardaway. I mean, that's defend it. I want to hear you talk about it.
Okay. All right. I mean, I just asked you. Okay.
I'm asking why. I'm saying I think you said the history of basketball.
Yeah.
The history?
High school. See, you got to realize basketball is not an NBA award. It's your accomplishments throughout your contributions to basketball over the years.
Okay.
It's not an NBA what you did in the NBA award. So
Okay.
I'm like I say, that's my dude. Of
I
course.
get it. I mean,
I'm gonna say he
knowing
is.
your dude. I said knowing he
Robert
your dude.
Ory should be, of
Nah,
course.
nah.
But guess what? What I supposed to say? But guess what? I don't have a vote.
I expect you to be objective.
I don't have a vote though. I'd have them in. The contributions
you have Robert Horry in the Hall of Fame.
the contributions that they made.
Yeah, I mean, Horry is a little bit different category because I get it, because that's
seven
probably not
championship.
Boston
Y'all always running y'all mouth about Harden ain't got no ring. He ain't got no Westbrook ain't got no rings. Robert got 7 of them.
Oh no, you right about that.
7. And hit buzzer beater shots to win it. So maybe the Lakers won't have 2 or 3 of them championships. Maybe San Antonio won't have one of them championships if it wasn't for Robert. I don't know. I don't know how y'all. I mean, but y'all can say what y'all want because now one of y'all has got a vote either. So don't nobody care. And now one of y'all got no vote. But like you said, it's an opinion show, so you can have an opinion, but you ain't got no vote, just like I ain't got no vote. So I'm good. I'm good with it. Hey, guess what? Penny ain't losing no sleep.
Oh no, but we just talking about does he?
No. But he ain't losing no sleep.
But
Robert ain't losing no sleep. They sit back in them matches laughing at y'all. But keep going.
Right, but had he not gotten hurt, because that's really the conversation. It's not that he's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh, if Penny hadn't got hurt, it would have been.
Injuries derailed him.
But y'all let Grant Hill's ass get in there.
Ooh, see, now we getting somewhere.
And he was hurt just as much as Penny. But guess what? He's a part of the media. Hold on. Part of the media, owner of a team. That kind of stuff helps you a lot. Tracy McGrady never won nothing. Never won nothing. I mean, I ain't trying to tell nobody. No, I'm not trying to take. I'm not like other people. I'm not trying to tear them down. I'm just telling. He ain't never won nothing. But guess what?
What about Mitch Richmond? How he get in?
Who? Mitch Richmond? Mitch Richmond. Hey, Ian. Dude, I don't know who the voters are. I don't know what they're looking for. But and he said Penn is equivalent to Gale Sales to me.
That's a good one.
That's a great analogy.
No, that's a good one right there. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good
great
one. Great
analogy, Chris. Great analogy, Chris.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
I got a question. I want to move it around a little bit. Chris, saw something that I saw something that was unbelievable. I saw this one-armed kid. Jimmy he sent me a picture of him. I mean, he sent me a picture of him one day. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, right?
Okay.
Send me a picture of this guy. I think I put him on the screen. I did or not? Well, Chris, this young kid is playing high-level basketball, Chris, with one arm. Okay. And tan these dudes a new
tan, one. 10 what dudes?
In high school basketball.
It's hard for me to comment on that one. I have to see it.
Forever Films.
I don't want to be a victim of a soundbite.
No. I ain't telling you to be no victim. He's selling out places, y'all. How did he made a top 10? Oh,
Angela chopping me up. You're right, Angela. You are damn right. He ain't. I'm not. You are so right. I gotta see it. Look at Angela Holcomb.
She told you, right?
I want to see the competition.
Chris, all I'm saying is, Chris, this guy got one arm, Chris. He's 6'7". And Chris, I know you haven't seen him. And Chris, listen to me. In your defense, I didn't see him.
Right.
Jimmy sent me some information on him last week, and I didn't even put it on the screen. I didn't say nothing. His name Hansel Emmanuel. I didn't say. But Chris, they sent me a video of him playing this weekend, the whole game.
Once you put it on the screen.
I can't put it on the screen because I had to go through so much because I got to take it off YouTube. I got to take it off YouTube. Oh, hold on. Let me see, man. Hold up, man. This man gonna make me screen share something. But guess what?
I just want to know.
Chris, this dude, I mean, hold on, I'm trying to see what I can put it on, man. You make me sick right now, Chris.
So what's your point? What you talking about?
No, I just wanted that people know about it. And you don't know. See, you are out of touch with high school basketball right now. I can see that.
That's not true. That's not true. I know high school basketball guys. I just don't know that one.
Because you don't think, Chris, this is what I want to know. Herb Baker. That kid playing college with that one arm.
They going to force him. Oh, let me stop.
They forcing him left, Chris, but he's so quick with the one hand, with the sham guard on their ass, Chris.
So he right-handed. Oh, he left-handed.
Wait a minute. He right-handed. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Chris, he yo-yoing that thing between his leg and mine. Chris, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Jeremy said he think he can play. He had 26 the other night against, hold up, some supposedly 5 stars. Tell me what you think about them. Look at Craig. Now the most critical guy in the world say yes, he would play in college. Wow.
Okay.
The one
That's good. I believe when I see it.
Man, I wish that Chris, when we go to the break, I'm gonna try to find Mike said he's seen it too. Yeah. Unbelievable. Let me take a quick break because Chris Walker got Chris, go on your other device. Go on your other device.
I didn't say a word. You just said a dude from NASCAR can drive with his brake and the gas at the same time with one leg. I'm cool with that. So just go. Yo, you terrible, man. Going on.
Hey, man. I can't stand you, dude. Dude, do you hear what you be saying, man?
What I say? That's what you said.
Hold up. Somebody said I saw him live last week. He was dominating everyone he played, dunking on people in open lanes. Chris.
Yo,
oh, my God. Chris.
That's what you said, man.
Unbelievable.
Go on, man. Don't go to the break, man.
But we'll take a quick break, Chris.
Shame of yourself, man. Now, I want to see some video. I mean, all jokes aside, I'd love to see some video. I've never heard of the kid. I'd love to see some video. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Let me. I'm trying to find a video for you, Bob. I'm trying. Hold up.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me. For real, if y'all want to pull up on me, pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up, pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up.
Did LA give up too much to get a guy who has been labeled soft?
Becky with the good hair, you better shut your motherfucking mouth. Cause I don't like the way you started this shit. That better be the last time you mention my name, Becky. Fuck you talking about a nigga with a finger wave talking shit to me. That shit. Nigga, that go against everything I know. A finger wave head ass nigga talking shit about me. That his wife fucked his teammate. Boy, stop.
Oh, hold up, y'all. I didn't mean to play that minute. I didn't mean to play that for a minute.
You messy. I told you, you're messy.
Chris.
We?
Fuck you talking about. So I'm gonna address you directly at No Chill Gill and at Stack 5, fake Black Lives Matter activist ass nigga, and a gangbanger that killed niggas at the same time allegedly. So you just confused. So I'm gonna help your little confused ass out. Just give me about 3-4 minutes. Fuck you talking about. So I'm gonna address you directly at No Chill Gill.
And we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Dear basketball, Glenn Key and Kobe!
I mean, as basketball players, we're really supposed to shut up and dribble, but I'm glad we did a little bit more than that. Thank you, Academy, for this amazing honor. Thank you, John Williams, for such a wonderful piece of music. Thank you, Verizon, for believing in the film. Thank you, Molly Carter. Without you, we wouldn't be here. And to my wife, Vanessa, our daughters, Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca, ti amo con tutto il mio cuore. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
You once told me If you're going to bet on someone, bet on yourself. I'm glad you bet on yourself, you overachiever. You did it. You're in the Hall of Fame now. You're a true champ. You're not just an MVP. You're an all-time great. I'm so proud of you. I love you forever and always. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yeah, that kind of got to me. Chris. Chris, I think I found him. Welcome back to the Chop Shop. I found him. I think I found the one unbanned. I think I found it, Chris. Let me just play it. If it pop up on my screen and it did not, yes, it just did. And man, go ahead.
Jerry Cunningham chopping me
Who
up.
your
man.
producer of your show?
Anymore.
What'd you say? Jeremy Cunningham did what?
Talk to me no more, man.
That's all right. Here you go, Chris. Watch this. I found it, Chris. I found it. Yes,
I didn't see one jump shot though. I didn't see a jump shot.
Oh, he can shoot that little. Shoot it. He put that little thing on it. Yeah, he can shoot it now.
Look at you. See, you ain't.
No,
right.
I'm telling you.
You look like Martin Lawrence doing that. Stop,
dude. Chris. He better than a lot of guys two-handed. Chris, I don't care what you say. He better
that.
Huh? He better than a lot of guys.
I'm
yeah, he got to jump, Chris.
Because the boom boom room jumping on me too hard. So I'm gonna stay away from commenting on that, okay?
Man, the man had an in-out spin drop. Look at Donnie. Chris, I mean, it's okay, Chris. Chris, you didn't see him, and you wasn't trying to talk about him. But
damn,
he was
like GOP. They coming at my neck over here. God damn. I can't have an opinion, man.
What else you got, Chris? What happened? What happened out there, Chris, in the news? Because I wanted to
I'm
ask
mad
you.
at you, though. I'm mad at you. I'm mad
what
at you.
I do now?
To something that I said.
What?
Huh?
What I do?
When I sent you the articles, we talked about it last week. Your girl Pam chopped me up on the Chop Shop. I told you that people are not watching the NBA. They watch the way they used to watch it. And you
did not say that.
Articles. You dismissed my articles. Yes, you did.
Yes, I dismissed them again.
Unbelievable.
Chris, but what I did, I went and studied all major sports, and all of them were down. All of them were down. That's all. That's the point I was trying to make to you, Doc. Hey, Chris, tell me something, because I can't leave without this. We can't talk about summer basketball today. We'll talk about that tomorrow, because we did Jimmy. Oh, you want to talk about little Johnny and them? We'll wait till Jimmy get in here.
The ball beaters?
Yeah, little Johnny and them. But I saw some. See, Craig, he want to talk some grass. Do me a favor, okay?
What
Herb, what you want to talk about grassroots basketball? Tell me what you want to talk about. Give me a topic. Give us a topic right quick. And me and Chris are talking.
Now, you gave me you sent me something. I didn't respond to it yet.
And why not? That. And why didn't you?
Because I forgot all about it, but I'm looking at it right now.
Because when I don't send you, Chris, I'm not one of those guys. If anybody know me, I'm not gonna worry the hell out of you. I ain't gonna call you. I ain't gonna text you. So if ever I text you, you got answer the damn text.
No, that was a good one that you sent though.
I just wanted to know, man. I'm waiting on her. Evidently, something happened.
Worried about LeBron's health. LeBron is playing, man. The King is playing. We don't have to worry about that. The King is playing.
So while I wait, talk about the ball beaters. But y'all got to understand. I want to know what went on in Greater Houston area. I don't have a clue. The basketball guru is in a meeting, and he hadn't gotten out of the meeting yet. Jeffrey Day are those guys. They do that. But let me talk about this dude that played last night, Chris. Is Stephon Curry the best shooter in basketball history to you?
Yes. Yes.
He did
Yes.
something last night, y'all. I got to share this with y'all, man. He had 46 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, and hit 9 threes last night. To move in positions where he can have 2 shots at getting in in one of the playoff spots instead of 1. But I saw something he did, Jeffrey. That is Moody. I didn't know he was part of the 222 club. The 222 club, Chris. 2 MVPs,
Well, he
2
gonna be
titles.
sipping in 2 days. He's
No,
gonna be sipping 2 Mai Tais in a second world country, because that's what gonna happen.
Well, he in a club. He in a club that your favorite player is not in. He's in the 222.
What player is that?
LeBron James in the 222.
Okay.
Can I tell you what the 222 club is?
Yes, you can, sir. Please, sir.
2 MVPs, 2 titles, and 2 scoring championships. Hold on.
Oh, you guys just here's what's funny about stats. The more we bring LeBron James into it, and when we try to introduce stats don't matter. But when we want to justify somebody else, stats all of a sudden matter.
I did say stats matter. LeBron is
No. You're a 6-0 championship guy. Anytime we want to,
I don't think he's better than Michael. I ain't gonna never.
We go is 6 championships.
Chris, I'm not gonna ever say better than Michael. I don't bring up the 6 championships.
I didn't say he was better than Michael.
I've had the advantage of seeing both of them up close, and I just like Michael better. Nothing against LeBron.
I believe you.
Nothing against LeBron, but only 2 other people can say. No, 3 other people can say they in that 222 club. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan. Those are the only other 3. And nothing against LeBron, because he don't try to score, but he
only scores about 28 a game on his career.
Yeah.
He don't really care about being.
No. I said
because we have to talk about assists and rebounds if we talk about LeBron. That's why we can only focus on scoring. You understand that?
I got something for y'all. Y'all help me with this one.
Something for me.
Y'all follow me with this one now. Help me with this one. Because Chris, you got to realize I got a lot of heat in the beginning of the season. Because they was terrible. James Wiseman was terrible. Everybody was talking about him. They ain't this. Hold up. Damon Lillard told me, yeah. It's different without Clay. It's different. Everybody had something slick.
Well, hold on, Hatter. Are you listening to yourself? Because I consider you to be a very smart person. It's different without Clay. They used to be the number 1 seed.
Understand?
Now they the number 8 seed. Fighting for number 8.
I ain't gonna let you go there. I ain't letting you go there. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you why. I got some facts. Okay. When Steph played this year, right? When he played with the Warriors, they are a top 10 offense. Okay. When he is not on the floor and not playing with that same old sorry-ass team, they were the worst NBA team in the last 5 years in offense. I'm finna repeat that. When he did not play with them this year, they were the worst NBA offense in the last 5 years, Chris.
Because they didn't have a star. That's why. They were playing without a star.
And he got them in the playoffs, Chris.
You said when he did not play, they were one of the worst teams offense. Who's on that team if Klay Thompson and Steph Curry is not playing? Who's on that team?
Understand.
Andrew Wiggins?
So that's
Bazemore? Come on.
Okay. Man. So him getting these guys, he gonna beat LeBron tomorrow. Wednesday night.
See, that's why I hope you break that finger that you just pointed at me, because that's blasphemous what you just said.
Keep talking. Keep talking. I got to do something right quick.
Go and do something, because you sound crazy right now, and you need to be ashamed of yourself for saying such blasphemous stuff like they're gonna beat the Lakers. Come on, man. Because if Steph doesn't have the same game, y'all gonna be like, oh, he cooled off. He this. Y'all gonna make every excuse in the world why they don't beat the Lakers. I don't want to hear it. Oh, the Lakers were supposed to win. You're gonna make every excuse. You're gonna make every excuse. And all I'm gonna say is, all right, man, whatever, man. We're accustomed to this, so it's no big deal. It's ridiculous. They're gonna beat the Lakers. Top 5. Steph Curry is one of the best players to ever. I'm sorry, one of the best shooters to ever play in this game. Best player, I don't know about that one. I mean, who's in your top 10? If you want to say top 20, the NBA has been around a very long time. But Steph Curry, I like his game. He's a tremendous shooter. And for him to put these guys anywhere near the playoffs is really something good. But I had somebody tell me, Kevin Freitman, boy, he's super. Kevin Freitman, crazy, man. I love Freitman. Freitman do stand up. But Hatter, I got a good one for you. You say Steph Curry is one of the best players ever.
Shoot.
Is he in your top 10? Is Steph Curry in your top 10?
I say he's the best shooter ever. I say the best shooter.
I didn't ask you if he was the best shooter. I didn't ask you that. Answer my question.
Is he one of
the best 10 ever?
I got to look at my list. I ain't looked at my list yet.
Okay, well, give me 5 of your list then. Give me something. Because I saw something.
Magic, Michael, LeBron. Magic, Michael, LeBron. Kareem.
Magic ahead of Steph Curry.
Magic, Michael, LeBron, Kareem. Who else I like? Wilt. Russell. Asterisk. That's all. That's all.
So that's like 8. Who else you got? That's it.
I told you I don't feel like it no more. I'm tired. Right. I just want. Hey, what's that lady name? What's that lady name? Yeah, Larry Bird. What's that lady name? Jennifer Hudson. She sung this song in the Dream Girls called "One Night Only." Let's go, Big Baby. One night, Wednesday night. LeBron going down today, boy.
You have lost.
One night only.
Mind. You have lost. Yo,
who gonna guard Stephon Curry?
Who gonna guard LBJ?
Yo, you know what I saw? Hold up, y'all.
Who's gonna guard Anthony Davis?
Hold up. Where my coaches at? Where my coaches? Coaches stand up. What's Stephen? What's Stephen Brooks? Stephen Woods? Where all my coaches? Coach. And all my life. Somebody was sending me some video the other day. It was not, what my man said, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 people surrounding Stephon Curry.
Man, please.
Where my coach, Kelton, Corey Henderson, Coach Woods. Coach Woods, what makes you, Coach Woods? Oh, they used to do Bryce like that. Oh, Coach Wood, what make the other coach of another team put 4 guys on you and just leave the rest of them dudes wide open?
You need to stop. You are sitting such.
They don't do LeBron like that. Don't nobody put 4 people on LeBron.
Listen to what you're saying.
I'm listening.
Listen to what you're saying, man.
I'm listening.
It's propaganda. You sounding very GOP-ish right now. They didn't storm the Capitol. They were just visiting. You sound very GOP-ish.
Chris, come on, Christopher.
You sound very GOP-ish right now.
Chris.
Come on, man.
Chris.
The one thing they don't want to happen is nobody wants LeBron James playing. I love Steph Curry. Everybody loves to see the little tiger ride the tricycle. Everybody loves that.
I asked you a question. I love LeBron. Let's get this straight, y'all. I love LeBron. He's a great family man. He's a great philanthropist. I'm going to do Stephen A. Field. He's a great guy in the community. He helps his friends. He does everything. I love the I Promise School. I love the agreement he got with Kent State. Hold on, y'all. With Kent State up there. I love his More Than a Vote initiative. But I ain't never seen 4 people guard him at one time.
You have lost your mind. You're right. You never seen 4 because 5 guard him. You're right about that because 5 guard him. You're right. And if they could, they put 6 out there. You're absolutely right.
Hey, Freight talking about my Thurman. Right. Freight, this is a bad mama jam. Freight, all I do is lift that thing.
I want to know what's
in it. Watch this.
I want to know.
Huh?
I want to know what's in that thermos. That's what I want to know. But Hatter, I saw something the other day because you lost your mind. I saw something the other day. I was just doing some stuff, looking through some stuff. Wilt Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to talk about those guys back in the day.
I know.
Because I don't want these old but goody dudes on the feed to get all upset with me. You don't never know who, you got these people on the chop shop that they don't want to put their comments up there and they be listening on the low. I don't want them to get mad at me. But when I say stuff like Jim Brown, if he'd have played during these days, guys like Singletary would have knocked his block off, and people get mad at me when I say stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like them boys that play for the Buccaneers or Takeo Spikes, a dude like that. There's no way edge to edge that those dudes would have a chance at having the same records. I saw this movie on Wilt Chamberlain. It was a terrible movie. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Right? Do you know what Wilt Chamberlain averaged 1 year in the NBA? I don't want to get the numbers because somebody could Google this. This dude averaged like 48 and 27.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Now, again, we have to quantify that he wasn't playing against the best players because, there was still a lot of, what going on back then. 48 and over 25 rebounds a game. Do you understand that? And we're talking about other guys. Again, it's hard to, I'm just telling you, it's hard to talk about it based on the fact that you didn't have the best athletes playing back then. The question is, could Wilt Chamberlain, there's no way a dude could do back then, could do today what he did back then. It's absolutely impossible. I don't care. You can talk 50 and 25 on the feet all you want. No way on God's green earth. Because what they did was they had a special on ESPN, and I wish I had it. I wish we could scroll through it. Was the dudes who had the best records never to make the playoffs, like individual records. They had some dudes on there that did some stuff. You're like, oh my God, that dude had a crazy year. Didn't make the playoffs. And one of those years they talk about was Wilt Chamberlain had this crazy, I forget, I wish I had the article. I'm going to send it to you, and you can put it on the Chop Shop tomorrow about, Wilt Chamberlain's 1967 year. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the big O, his year that he did this, triple-double, didn't make the playoffs. Like all the best years that dudes did not make the playoffs, and the numbers they had were unbelievable. Speaking to the point of Steph Curry having a year that he's had because, no one knew it. They were going to make the playoffs, but they were basically talking about guys that had great years that did not make the playoffs. Wilt Chamberlain, man, was a force. And on this movie, I saw where, again, I don't want to get talking about racism or anything, about when he went to Kansas, right? They had to institute the Wilt Chamberlain rule. Because I don't know if people know, if they can Google what Jayhawkers mean. The Kansas Jayhawks. If you Google what the word Jayhawker means, you'll understand that they were people that were the people that were the anti-racist people against the people that were coming in to or that in a Missouri Compromise. You have to do it, but I don't want to go into it and do a whole bunch of history stuff. But the bottom line is, it was a place that Wilt Chamberlain thought where people would be more accepting of black folks, even though they fought the anti-racist people. You know what I mean? They were the anti-racist people that fought racism. That wasn't the case. They had to create the Wilt Chamberlain rule where he was the only black person that could eat at places that weren't all black. I mean, it's just crazy stuff I'm listening to. It just blew me away what Wilt Chamberlain endured when he was growing up. And he was the true first of his kind superstar, And people don't realize that he played with, I want to say George Mike, when he first started with the, it was a year.
Minneapolis Lake,
like George. I don't want to butcher it because I don't have the facts in front of me because of that article. But what that dude did back then, man, and you talking about people don't, and I guess I'm getting somewhere with this CRT thing, critical race theory stuff, because somebody kind of, tipped me to some stuff the other day. And I say, it's interesting. And you mentioned the other day about the presidents. I say, so should we not teach about the Holocaust? Or should we not teach about World War II and World War I if we can't talk about the slave trade? Can we not talk about, the cotton gin, Eli Whitney and the cotton gin, and the reason why slavery was instituted in the South because of the invention of the cotton gin? Like, what can we not talk about? Because we don't want other people of the other hue to feel uncomfortable. I don't want my child to feel like, to feel like that they're the reasons why this happened. Well, what about my child who actually endured it? You mentioned the reason why I go to this, because you started the show off talking about Brown versus the Board of Education, right? and people can go do the research on this. There's a kids called the Little Rock Nine in Arkansas, right? Do you not know the governor of Arkansas, when this law was instituted, would not allow integration of Central High School, right? Talking about, a little history here about critical race theory. What he did was, so President Kennedy, I want to say it was Kennedy, it may not have been Kennedy. I can't remember. Like I said, I'm a butcher it real quick because I got so much on my mind.
Okay.
Sent the National Guard from Kentucky to usher them to class, to make sure they got to class because they would not let them into school. Right?
Right.
Even though the president says you got to let them in, right? The Kennedy or the president, it was either Kennedy, Truman, whatever it was, had to send the National Guard there. Point being is, do you not know the governor of Arkansas? You know what he did? He closed every school in the state. So they didn't have to integrate the schools. They started private schools and gave state funding to private schools. You're right. They don't want to learn that. They do not want to learn that.
LBJ.
LBJ was Lyndon Johnson.
Thank you.
Because he took over for Kennedy. But they don't want to learn that. Right? You tell me, would you want to learn that?
Chris, God, when you went there, you make me think about something. I was thinking about I was just thinking about Malcolm X. And I'm going to show you something, man. And I don't know if y'all be watching The Godfather of Harlem. This guy,
love it.
This guy, the guy who plays Malcolm in there, man. Me studying Malcolm for the last year, his mannerisms is unbelievable. But I remember seeing a picture in Life magazine, and this Asian woman was holding Malcolm's head, and I'm saying, and I missed it, because I never paid attention to it. Why all these people in this ballroom? Robert Hatter want to know who is this Asian woman holding his head when he shot all up in the Audubon Ballroom. And then I find out the Asian woman, her name is Yuri Kochiyama. Then I find out she's a bad woman, warrior. She was a social fighter for justice. She hadn't met him but a year, and they struck her. But I thought about him, man, about Malcolm in the society we have, Chris, because you just mentioned the insurrection and all of that. What kind of society do we live in where this man is the most hated person in the country when he was alive? They killed him. Then there's a pause. And now the narrative, he's an American hero. Let me. While he's alive, he was the most hated man from all colors. When he died, the narrative now is it's American hero. You know what? I've been talking to people us about the social structure and the governance structure, and that should tell you all you need to know. Remember I told you what he mean, what Chris Walker means to me, and what Chris Walker means to somebody else outside of this structure. It's just different. It just blew my mind away, ladies and gentlemen, that of course they don't want us to know this history. Of course they don't want us to know that, Chris, I talked about one of my favorite people is Adam Clayton Powell. The first black congressman. The man, think about this, y'all. Let's listen to this. Chris, you just said something. You talking about the man shut down the school. This man is the congressman from New York. And because he was black, he couldn't eat in the congressional lunchroom. He couldn't eat in the congressional lunchroom. He said, oh, hell no. It's a new sheriff in town. He integrated it. Then one guy he knew it hated him from one of them senators from another state, a representative from another state, from Arkansas, Mississippi. He said, the white guy told him, don't you ever sit next to me while we're in Congress. Adam Clayton Powell went and sat by him. He got up and walked away. He went and sat by him again, Chris. He got up and walked away. He went and sat by him again. He sat by him 5 times until the dude walked out the building. Y'all in the halls of Congress that made the rules for us. You talking about the governor shut down the school? They wouldn't allow a black congressman in the lunch room where the congressmen eat. Unbelievable, man. Chris.
No, unbelievable.
And this same guy, because people, Chris, Martin Luther King Jr. read his book, Adam Clayton Powell's book. That's where he got the inspiration for the Montgomery boycott. Because 20 years before Martin Luther King had the Montgomery boycott, Adam Clayton Powell in Harlem, all the bus drivers were white, Chris. Adam Clayton Powell said, how in the hell, we the one riding the bus and we can't get a job there? He went to the bus station, the bus company, and said, hold on, man. We ain't gonna ride this bus no more until you hire some of our people. He told everybody to stop riding the bus. They stopped riding the bus. Guess what they did, Chris? They hired the people.
Absolutely.
Con Edison, Chris, you in New York. That's probably your
still killing people.
Huh?
Up here, high bills.
Yes.
Still killing people with those high bills.
Con Edison. This guy's so great, but guess what? They don't want us to know this. I had to find this out this year. They don't want us to
right now.
Yeah. So Chris, hold on. Chris, Con Edison wouldn't hire no blacks. So guess what he said? We're gonna have Black Tuesday. Don't nobody turn their electricity on Tuesday. Let's show our impact. Then when you go pay your bills, get what he said. Go pay them in pennies, Chris. So it'll take a long time for them to count them damn pennies, and it's gonna take a long time for them to get that money. So they got to go hire other people. They had to hire black people. He had this campaign, don't shop where you can't work.
That's right. That's right. Strategy.
This, the guy that I didn't know about it until last year.
But Hatter, but why can't we, and I'm not beating a dead horse, if we're saying that ownership is important in our community, why can't we get some of these athletes to do the same thing in an area that we control? It's just beyond me. You just said a minute ago with James Harden. Yeah. You said it's what? Player what? The players have power.
Yes.
But the problem is they only instituted, and I'm not even blaming James. Forget about James.
No, it's okay.
They only instituted when they want to leave and play for another team. That's the only time they care about it, when it affects them. They ain't thinking about the 20 years after this, when there's other players that are going to be affected by stuff, and they're going to make way more money than James, by the way. They're going to make way more money in the future. But them dudes ain't thinking about that. And I'm like, yo, man, you're going to want to own a team one day. Aren't you interested in this determining if they just sold the Minnesota Timberwolves for $1.5 billion? The Timberwolves. Hey, when last time Timberwolves been to the playoffs? Who the hell care about the Minnesota Timberwolves? They just got sold for $1.5 billion. I don't even know right now because I wasn't intending on talking about this. I don't even want to know what he bought the team for.
I'm gonna tell you in a second.
Think about Jerry Jones and what he bought the Cowboys for.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And guess what? Hold up. Your boy 45, he wanted to buy it. He talking about that's not a good investment.
What?
45.
For him, he done lost every business he didn't start, including this country. He ran every business in the ground, including the U.S. So we're not even talking about him.
Keep going.
Right. And so Ed says, what area do we control? Ed obviously hasn't been on the show in the last couple of weeks, had
it? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He hasn't been on the show.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, an industry where we can choose the agents, I've said it 100 times, we can make a bunch of millionaires just based on the African-American players that choose African American agents, we can make a bunch of millionaires right there.
Yes.
We can make a bunch of millionaires.
We
overnight.
control.
We can do
Yes,
that.
we
Same way the
control
NFL
that.
make you a millionaire.
Yes,
We control that choice.
yes, we
Because the
control
same way
that
they make you a millionaire, it's
Yeah.
the same way you can go choose an African American agent and make him a millionaire.
Yeah.
But we don't do that.
We don't do it.
We keep choosing. You think of think about this, Cato, when you educate everybody of the agencies, that how many of them control probably 80% of the athletes in the NFL? Isn't it like 4 agencies? I mean, is it something crazy like that?
Glenn Taylor bought. I'm gonna answer that question. Glenn Taylor bought the team. Somebody just sent me. He bought the team for $94 million. Somebody talking about $88 million. $94 million.
And just sold it for $1.5 billion.
Yeah. To Alex Rodriguez and Mark Lowry.
$95 million he bought it for.
Yeah.
And he's gonna sell it for $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But anyway, go back to what I was telling you about. We're saying what area do we control? You said, isn't it a number that about 5 agencies control about 80% of the players? Like the same, they keep signing with the same agencies.
Yeah, they do. And they get so power. And hold up. I'm gonna show you the power that we have. I'm gonna show you how much power that we control. Them same agency, 90% of their players is white, right? They so powerful that a guy that just was a work for them named Bob Myers is now, he runs one of the most storied franchises in history called the Golden State Warriors. That's how powerful it is. Bob Myers worked for one of these companies, for Arn Teller, who had all them black dudes, gained him power. Now Bob Myers runs the Golden State Warriors. Don't stop there. Rob Pelinka, who had James Harden and Kobe and all them guys.
James Harden, Kobe, Kevin Durant. He had Durant.
Yeah. Hold up. All of those guys, check this out. They got the power. Now Rob Pelinka runs the Los Angeles Lakers. That's power that them black guys put them in. Okay? Let's stop. It don't stop there. Leon Rose, Carmelo, represent Carmelo, Chris Paul. Those guys, he got so powerful. Guess what team he's running? The New York Knicks, the 3 most valuable franchises in the whole NBA. The power that they had by representing these black guys. That would have been Crystal Wicks represented them. Did she have that power? That'd been Ed Russell. If those guys gave Ed Russell the chance, he would have that power. Forever Young Films, because I don't want to make it personal. If all of those guys...
Hatter, you don't have to make it personal because look what Clutch Sports is doing.
Yeah.
It goes to show you, look what's happening.
Yeah. And then Clutch Sports, hold on, Chris. Then Clutch Sports, which was black owned, went and sold itself to United Talent Agency. So it ain't black owned no more. So Chris, Ed, we have the power.
Oh, we got the power.
We have the power. Chris, Ed, show you where else we got power. The young black players.
Don't keep going out. Don't even.
How does that matriculate to the community?
Did he keep going?
I'm gonna keep going. And I don't know. This is your midday sports happy hour today. You finna make me drink this some
water. Had a midday drink. Ed had a midday drink. He not putting 2 to 2 together.
Yeah, he ain't put. Let's say all of these basketball players, black basketball players, black bodies, I go in the gym. Ain't nobody in there. Everybody in there black. But the highest paid coaches that got these players are white. They have a choice whether to go Duke or not. They have a choice of where they want to go. That's the only time you're able to have power, parents, when you choose to go somewhere, parents. You lose your power when you go to Duke. You ain't got no power no more. we got the power to take Lil Rick, if he was a coach at one of these universities, and sent our best kids to him. Got the power to change Lil Rick's next generation and the next gen.
Yep.
And the reason I said it, Ed, let me help you. Bob Myers' son, his daughters, when they grow up, they're going to be in a situation. Think about the generational wealth that's going to create for them. Think about the generational wealth that Rob Pelinka's daughter is going to be in. Think about the generational wealth that Leon Rose's family going to be in. Because what? But they got it on the backs of the black player, Ed Russell. If the black player represented Ed Russell, let Ed Russell represent him. Guess what? It's going to matriculate to the community. And I hate I had to tell you, like, if Ed Russell represented LeBron James and all these guys, it would matriculate to the community.
Why is it hard for people to understand that, Hatter?
Because they just don't, Chris. You just don't know. Some people just don't know.
And it's not even being racist or prejudiced.
No.
All we're saying is,
no.
If you buy in a black-owned business,
yes,
right, you're helping black dollars. Because, and I don't even want to say the other cultures do it. I'm just saying, why even like why do we have to feel bad about that? Like,
it's a good one, Chris. It's a good one.
Why do we have to feel bad?
Talk about that, Chris.
Parent, well, I want my son to play for a black coach. Well, that's racist. Well, how's that racist? Like, I want to play for a black coach. I don't get it. Like, I'm interested in my son playing for African American, and if Mike Boynton, who just got $21 million extra dollars, like you said, Hatter, think about it. Think about where that $21 million goes. So it's not that I dislike John Calipari. I think he's a cool dude. I think he does some amazing things, right? But again, we have to understand success. If you only give a certain demographic all of the jobs, guess who's going to break all of the records? That demographic. If you never give the other demographic a chance, there can be no challenge. Again, when they used to say, oh, black guys can't play quarterback. Well, we've seen that's been debunked. Black guys can't pitch. That's been debunked. Black guys can't play middle linebacker. That's been debunked, right? Those are and black guys can't play safety. That's been debunked. If anybody know anything about football, quarterback, center, middle linebacker, safety, everything in the middle, those are the thinking positions, right? And those are the positions they didn't let black players play. But if you go look at Alabama football, they ain't a white dude on defense over there. And you look at the NFL, forget about the offensive side, because you'll see white offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll let a white guy play.
And linebacker.
Defensive side.
Linebacker.
Go to the defensive side.
Right.
Go to the defensive side. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, man. You'd be hard pressed to find white dudes on defense, man.
But Chris, Chris, what we got to understand, y'all, I just want to know, I came on this show and said, what if the black high school coaches, okay, the black high school coaches, Jim, I'll never forget this, and I got pushback from them. The black high school coaches and the black summer coaches, what if they got together and realized how much power that they had? So they got the power that Chris Walker wouldn't be on this show right now. Chris Walker would be somewhere coaching one of these major universities because he can coach and he can recruit, and he's shown, and he did it before. All right, check this out. We got the power to do it. We just won't do it.
Hatter, we got the power, but we don't know how to empower. You understand that? We got power, but we don't know how to empower.
Right.
I'm telling you. And then we feel
Let's
like
go.
if we empower Robert Hatter, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hatter, you sitting right now. Think about this. This is funny that you bring this up. Look at your background right now.
Right. Yeah.
There's people out there. It makes sense for them to see a certain coach of a certain hue or an agent house looking like that with them cars behind them. Yeah. It don't make sense to see Robert Hatter like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's funny to our eyes.
Right.
He must be a rapper.
Yeah.
We think the same way they think because
Yes.
that's what we see on TV.
Yes.
It's not common for us to see, oh, that's where Robert Smith lived, man. That's what,
Yes.
that's what you call it. What do
Yes.
you do? I don't know, man. I think he's a doctor. I think
Yes.
he inherited some money or
Yes.
something like that. Oh, he don't play for the NBA? He don't play for the NFL? He not a rapper? We not accustomed to seeing that, man. I'm telling you, we're not. I watched the movie. I don't know if people seen this show on Netflix called Black AF. It is black as you know what. Black as
Yeah, I
F.
seen. Yes.
Kenya Birds.
Yes.
Watch that show. Tell people to watch that show. They gonna be like, this ain't real. I'm just telling. They don't realize there's black people that live like that.
Yeah.
There's black people that actually live like that. Man.
Yes.
But when you watching it self-consciously, you going like, man, this ain't real, man. Black folks don't live like this.
That's a good analogy, Chris.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Good analogy.
It's good analogy.
Hey,
But
y'all.
anyway, man.
Hey, y'all. And we're gonna get out of here, but Chris, we got to get used to. I told people, we got to get used to the people around us becoming successful.
Yes.
We
Cheering for them, rooting for them.
Yes. It's
Rooting for
okay.
'em.
Cause I get. I mean, it boggles my mind to think that because I have something, it threatens you. It don't hurt you. Cause what you got sure ain't hurt me. I want you to get it.
That right there is some teaching. That's some teaching. I call it that Willie syndrome, man. We got them Willies out there that don't want to see everybody else be successful. It's hard for them. It's hard for their eyes. We got to retrain people's brain that everybody, people of color, can be successful. We don't have, when we see somebody successful, they're not a unicorn. It's a horse. It's a horse. It's not a unicorn. Like there's black people out there that's popping. There's black people out there that got bread.
Yes.
They got nice cars. They got good credit. There's black people out there.
Yes, a lot of them.
And a lot of them. And like I said, don't be afraid to change your circle. If you want to think about it, man. If you want to be, there's people out there that you want to emulate them. Don't be hating them though. Emulate and don't hate. Man, I really want to be like. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to have, what
Nice.
that person. I want that.
Yes.
Now you gotta go do what it takes because what we underestimate is that that dude, man, screw that dude. He ain't do nothing to get that. So you think Robert Hatter didn't do nothing? Like Robert Hatter didn't have any stress, strain, and struggle to get to where he is. Like somebody just handed him the keys or put that is that $50,000, $100,000 watch.
Hey, Chris, we make it look easy though, Chris.
That's the problem though. That's the problem. So what I'm saying is like it was like somebody just handed him that.
Yeah.
Like you really think that's how it works? Like he ain't had no bad days. He ain't had no bad days.
I've had some good days.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is people just want it easily. Right. And I'm not even saying the other cultures get it easy because I know guys like a Kevin Plank or somebody who's a billionaire that did it in his mama's, that went bankrupt and did in his grandmother's basement. There's people out there that struggle like we do. Now he might have got a different interest rate on his loan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My point is that we have to stop. When we see black people successful, we can't act like the cops and be like, man, what did he do to get that car? Stop acting like the cops. Stop being the what they call it, the wealth police. Let's stop being the wealth police, man. What did he do to get that?
You're preaching real.
Let's stop doing that. Let's like, hey man, what that dude get? I want to know. I want to talk to him because I want to know how he got what he got. But it's so foreign to us, Hatter, that we think you got to be a celebrity or an athlete to be rich. Or to be wealthy.
Yo, you don't.
Is that not how we think?
A lot of us think. Chris, if you don't know, you don't know. And we'll share some more stuff like that, Chris, because we need to know that, man. Man, that's why I always tell people, I want you to be successful on this thing. Yes. We got to be at a place, y'all. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to talk prophetically to y'all right now. We got to be in a place. This young lady who owns the restaurant in Atlanta called a Slutty Vegan. It's a vegan restaurant. Slutty Vegan. I mean, she was struggling in a minute, but now business is thriving. She went to Clark College, University. She is down there paying the tuition of seniors so they can be debt free. This platform got to get that powerful. Where we that's how it matriculates down to the community, Ed, because we got to get where the chop shop in this following in this diaspora is so strong. When kids need something, we just can write a check. We got to be able to put ourselves like the young lady, Pam Ellis came. Young girls need some money in college. They write them a check. All of this running their mouth and making all these ignorant ass comments. So I tell y'all, dude, this is a powerful platform. Where we got doctors, lawyers, Indian chief, everybody from all aspects of the world is on this show. Y'all ain't the only one in Houston to watch this show. People called me from Atlanta the other night. Well-off people talking about, man, I saw what you said. I like that. Y'all, we got to put ourselves in a position where let's us be the giver. I got some things coming up in the future. We're gonna be all right. But I love Chris. Chris, you said we got to elevate the conversation.
Oh, definitely. Got to elevate.
Yes, we're going to talk about summer basketball. We know you. You want us to talk about PGW. Yes, we got you. We got you.
Oh, yeah. Because we got to elevate them. Because you got kids that are getting scholarships to schools that they could never go to in the 50s and 60s, and all they care about is going to the league. Robert had a son, could not go to Cornell in the 60s, but because he can play basketball, it positioned him. He took that education, and look what's happening now. Wow. You got people that don't understand that. Wow. They only use it for the ladder. Well, I want to hoop. Son, hoop. What are you talking about? Do you know the percentages? Do you know the numbers? Take that, flip that game, and be debt-free coming out of college. Because you know what they don't know? The ones that can't hoop, the ones that hoop, don't know what it's like not to be a person that can get a scholarship and have to pay for college. They don't know what that's like. That's why those people that get free school don't respect it, because they don't know what it's like when they got to pay for it. That's why they don't respect it. You get a degree, you get a opportunity to go play basketball at a school that costs $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, and then you just leave and put your name in the transfer portal because you don't even understand what opportunity you just been afforded. You don't even understand it. But there's a whole lot of people in this country. Why do you think they're trying to get rid of college debt? It's crippling people. It's crippling. But the athletes don't have to deal with it. And you know what they say? Man, I ain't playing. I'm out of here, man. What? Son, did you hear what you just said? Do you know the opportunity that you have? Man, I don't care, man. Screw the University of Wisconsin.
Preaching, Preaching,
so you want to leave Wisconsin to go to Wright State so you can say you played 15 minutes a game. You have lost your mind. And that's what people are doing. It's insane,
Chris.
It's insane, bro. Like, no, literally insane.
I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about when my son was sitting there one day, and I wonder do he appreciate it? He said he was at dinner one night somewhere, and all of those people were at the table. He said a lot of people had student debt loan. They had loans to pay off. He the only one at the table. He said he don't even know what that looked like.
That's right.
Chris, it's crippling. $1,200 a month, $400 a month, $600 a month. These people got to keep playing.
And we talk about playing time because you got people that would leave, right? And I don't even talk about some of the kids that would leave at high academic institutions.
Yes.
Ivy League like to go play at school. And again, the education is education.
Yeah.
And leave a situation where billionaires can't pay for their kids to get in school with all their money.
Preach.
And
Varsity Blues.
Because you can bounce a basketball. And you will leave something like that where you can sit in a room with them people. See, what people don't understand is, and we're going to jump off because we give them a little extra. We can bring it back tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what they don't understand, Hatter?
What?
What going to schools is like? It's the same thing you do on that damn golf course. You in the room with them.
I'm in the room.
You in the room with them.
Yes.
Man, what your daddy do? Oh, he owned this. What? Yeah, come home, meet the family. They become friends with you, and you can create relationships with these people. That's what going to schools like that is like. Is when you get invited, as Jimmy say, you get invited to the golf course.
You know,
unbelievable.
You know what got me, and I gotta share this before we get off. I'm sitting here thinking about it, y'all, and y'all can Google, because somebody said they Googled him the other day. But I keep thinking about this, y'all. My son called me, got his first, when he first got this job, when he first came out of college, he was telling me, he said, Dad, the president of the company, CEO of the company, he picked me as his mentor. And they say he don't really pick people every year, so he picked me as a mentor. I promise y'all, I just said, oh, okay. I promise you. I said, okay. I didn't realize this same guy 4 years later, what 2017, 18, 19, 20, 20, 4 years later, is the guy that's buying the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Mark Lowry. Y'all think it's Alex Rodriguez. Mark Lowry is the billionaire, not Alex Rodriguez. You know how we talk about it? And that's my son's mentor. You know how people tell you, man, he go to schools like that, he gonna meet somebody. See, my son,
it's true.
It's just unbelievable.
No, it's true, man. It's true, Hatter. It's true. And when people, you know what it'd be like, Hatter? This is what people don't understand. I'm gonna illustrate this point. If you go play for the Seattle Seahawks when they had the Legion of Boom, guess what kind of players you playing around? Or when you play with the Chicago Bears when they won it in '85, guess what kind of players you playing around? Hall of Fame.
Famous. There you go. Yeah.
Or Rick was saying, if you play with the Cowboys in the early 90s, you playing around what? Hall of Fame. So why is it that when you go to a college, right, that turns out presidents and rich people, that's not the same logic?
Oh, I like that, Chris.
I don't get it.
I like that, Chris.
So if you work your butt off to put yourself in a position, I remember Alan Branch telling me this story. What's up, Calvin? I ain't heard from you. I need to holler at you. CWalk1969 at Gmail. Hit me up, boy. So think about this. If Alan Branch told me when he had his little football career back in the day, you know, because Alan Branch be to act like he was, you know, Johnny Lamb Jones or something. But he told me Roger Staubach or somebody else was at a deal telling him, you should go to Princeton.
Yes.
Princeton. And all of his buddies was like, man, what? And the coaches, not the kids, the coaches, man, what's wrong with you, man? You know, egghead, you better take your butt to Texas and play football. He said, if I knew what I knew now, that's the problem. We don't get do-overs. The question is, who is in your circle? Because if different people was in his circle, Alan Branch could have been Bill Gates for all we know.
Uh-huh.
Who knows?
And Chris, say that name again. Alan Branch,
Bill
right?
Gates.
That's
Alan Branch.
No, that's the same guy, ladies and gentlemen. That's the same guy that was instrumental in my son going to an Ivy League school. That same guy, because he said, I didn't take that advice.
That's right. That's true.
I'm going to make sure Robert Hatter had this advice.
Absolutely. That is the truth.
Yes, it's the truth.
That is the truth. That is, and guess what that means? You had the right guy in your what?
Circle.
Circle. Not the dudes going like, man, forget that, man. You could be in the league, man. You good as Tracy McGrady. You just as good as DJ Augustine. Don't let nobody tell you this and that. Man, get on with that nonsense. That's why when people get mad at me, I give them the brutal truth. Because you know what happens when you go to the bank and your credit ain't right and you don't have a good job? Guess what they give you? The truth. Bruh, no loan.
See you
Guess
tomorrow.
when you have bad grades and you want to go to a really good academic school and you haven't taken care of business in high school, guess what they give you? The truth. That's what they give you. Not arbitrary. We're not talking about arbitrary. Maybe I'll let you in, maybe I won't. Hey, man, here's our qualifications. You don't meet them? No. That's what they do. They give you the truth. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what people don't understand.
Right.
The truth, and the brutal truth. So my thing is, what we're afraid to do is be truthful with each other. Hey man, we got a lot of willies out there. And guess what? Kwame Brown, to wrap this thing up, and the way he responded, he didn't take the high road.
No.
He didn't go Michelle Obama, they go low, I go higher. He went, they go low, I go lower. That's where he went. Right. Yeah. And there was some hood stuff, and he responded to him a certain way. So they can clean that up. But we don't need that though. We can have spirited debate like we do on the Chop Shop.
Right.
But we don't need to be demeaning.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be demeaning, man. We can sit and have a conversation about, and we can disagree without being demeaning. Yeah, is my point.
Right.
So to see those guys doing that, and then him to make it, well, I got 60 million. It ain't about that, dude. What are you talking about? It ain't about whether you got 60 million. You're right. You took care of your mom. You did the right thing. And they probably should, pump their brakes the way they coming at people. But again, in this social media area we're in, what is it about? It's about likes. It's about, views. You see what I'm saying? And he's attacking one of his own. But I guarantee you, tell him to attack Brett Favre on the stuff he's doing. Tell him to do that and see what happens. Tell him to attack Brett Favre on that nonsense Brett Favre talking about. Tell him about the Brett Favre. So, no, seriously. Tell him to go after the kid from the Miami Heat. Go after him. What you go after Kwame for?
Which one?
Miles Leonard, when he said about, made the comment.
Oh,
about
yeah.
Go after him.
Yeah.
Don't do those kind of comments. If you want to go after somebody, go after some of these owners, but they're not going to do that. Because that's not advantageous to, baby with the Becky with the good hair being on the jump.
Right.
I don't know if they let Steven Jackson on the jump anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So my thing is, we got to stop attacking each other. Again, spirited debate all day long. We can disagree. Hey, man, you a buck,
I want you to disagree with me.
Yeah, you could be a bust, but Kwame, to talk about the man and his family. That dude got a family. Forget about what Derek, whatever his name is.
Derek Fisher. And by the way, Derek Fisher and that woman is married now. But keep
exactly,
going.
and she got children.
Yes.
Hey, come on, Kwame, chill out with that, man.
Yeah.
Like Kwame, you've been in the league. Really? Do we need to have? I was watching Queen Sugar last night. Do you remember the start of Queen Sugar?
My girl.
You see Queen Sugar? You ever seen it? Oh,
how about seen it? Charlie,
I'm talking about the beginning of it.
In the beginning, he played basketball and his wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, man.
She came out on the floor.
On the floor, bruh.
And whooped it.
On the floor. And exactly. What I'm saying is that kind of stuff. With those guys are famous for doing craziness like that. They just handle a little bit better these days.
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
And what I'm saying is, when they start attacking each other, we don't know what's gonna come out next. Got to be careful there, because them dudes know way too much stuff about each other.
That's a great point, Chris.
They do a lot of trading too, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And some of them are marrying some of them. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. Yes. And some of them are with other mates right now. And other families right now.
Got to be careful how you handle that. You got to be a professional.
That's great.
Think about it. We on the Chop Shop, we talk mess, but we're going to be professional. Even when Herb or somebody say something crazy, they still, they support the Chop Shop. We're not chopping Herb, but we have fun with it. But if you go have a drink with Herb, the same way Herb talk on the Chop Shop is the same way he going to talk in that bar.
Sure is.
Come on, man.
Sure is. Sure is.
It's just raw like that.
Yes.
But we ain't got to disrespect each other.
Right.
That's what I don't like about that, man. Don't disrespect each other, man. Just, both sides.
Chris, you did good today, bro. Thank you, big
man,
dog.
Listen, man.
What's
the deal, baby? I'm just trying to.
What's the name of that book? The Elephant in Our Room.
Everybody keeps saying, when I'm gonna come to town, I'm gonna do a book signing. In maybe like a month or so, I'm gonna come to town. I'm re-releasing it, and I got some hardcovers coming out. Doing that's just volume 1. I got volume 2 coming out. I'm gonna
set it up,
and we're gonna do some check. We're gonna have a conversation about not the elephant in the room, the elephant in our room.
You want me? I'm gonna set it up for you, Chris.
I said somebody the other day, I was having a talk with somebody the other day. I said, listen, and I think you and I talked about this. I'm gonna let you go after this.
No, you good.
Even we got to look at history, and I don't know if it's the same way. I mean, I'm not a prognosticator about what the future would be like, right? Back in the day, even when we tried to have our own stuff, he said, you know what? You don't want to live next to us? Fine. You don't want me dating your daughter? Fine. You don't want me coming to your store? Fine. This is what I'm going to do. We're gonna build our own stores. This is in we're gonna build our own schools. We're gonna get our own car dealerships, our own barber shops, our own Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I own everything.
Right.
Because even in our community, what we've shown is if we can make them billionaires, guess who else we can make billionaires? Ourselves. So even in our own community, there's still gonna be a billionaire. There's still gonna be 100 millionaire. There's gonna be 1,000 there.
Yeah.
Even in our community, because we spend our own dollars.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. In our community, there's shades of black people. There's guys that are light-skinned as Adam Clayton Powell, and there's guys as dark as Kunta Kinte. In our community,
right,
it's shades.
Yes.
In their community is a caste system. You got rich people, you got middle of the road people, and you got poor people, right?
Right.
And what happens is, bro, is that the poorest of the poor that don't look like us say, you know what? Why should they have more than us? Even we in our own community. We ain't bothering you. We don't want nothing from you. But they don't want the richest of us to have nothing. You understand where I'm coming from? That's the problem. It don't even matter if we separate. You're gonna still have a subsect of society going like, they don't what? Deserve that. Even though our own people supporting us. Yeah. And guess who believe that too? We do. That's the problem. We believe it too, that we don't deserve it.
Wow.
Think about it. Think about this, Hatter. I said this other day, when James Brown and Little Richard and Barry Gordon from Motown, they had what they call the R&B charts. Tell you, you got to get a critical race theory is important because you got to understand it touched every sector of society.
Because we couldn't be on the Billboard charts. We couldn't be on the regular charts.
We couldn't be on the regular charts.
Yes.
People didn't understand. It touched every sector of society. Medicine. It don't even matter. Every sector. So guess what an artist is? Because you deny us the right to be on there, and they think they just as good as the Beatles. So with a black person going like, you're not going to make, I need to get to that. I need to get to that because that is what's recognized as being great, even though they stealing our music and our likeness. Elvis Presley dancing like us, taking our songs and becoming rich.
Wow.
We are the ones that made that stuff. And guess what we think? We got to give it to them for it to be right. Think about that. And I ain't even mad at them. It's not even being mad about it. Being mad. So my point is it a problem with us? Or is it a problem with them? Or is it both? So what I'm saying is the elephant in our room is, hey, you know what? There are a lot of things that are happening outside our community that affect us. You are absolutely right. Systemic racism, redlining, access to loans, access to getting into great schools, access to great health care, 100%, 100%, 100%. We can talk about all the things, all the symptoms. Now, what's the cure? So you're telling me that a dominant culture who's become rich or made a living out of stepping on a certain culture is all you're waiting on them to all of a sudden have a come to Jesus? Is that what what you're telling me is you're waiting on that? Now, incrementally it's happening. Your son grew up a lot differently than you did, Hatter, and you grew up a lot differently than your mom and daddy. Yeah. But you're telling me you're waiting on that to happen? Is that what you're waiting on?
Yeah.
Right?
No, sir.
You wait on hell to freeze over. So the best way of it happening is us and our community, right, to become smart about what's happened to us and then figuring out a way to try to change it. That's the real way. And the point I'm trying to make, Hatter, is, again, for what you said, I was in DC a couple of weeks ago, and I know I said I was going to be finished. They have a monument of Martin Luther King. And I said to myself, why is it not a monument of Malcolm X? Why is it only Martin Luther King? You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at some of the stuff that Malcolm X was talking about, he was like, hey, we need to fight back. So you're saying, well, they should kill us and we shouldn't do nothing? You gotta understand, like, people live back then. They say you couldn't live back then. I say, yeah, you could, because when you come out the womb, you taught that you were less. You accepted it. Because that's what you thought. That's the way it is. When you went you understood white water fountain, color water fountain. You understood Green Book. You understood it. You accepted it. Hey, man, you're right, but this is the way it is. So people saying they couldn't live like that, yeah, you could. Now, a few of us would fight it. A few of us would go to jail. and not worry about it. A few of us would take the billy clubs, but the majority of us would accept it the same damn way we accepting it now. Because the few of us that make it through ain't reaching back and lifting as we climb. That's book number 2. We ain't lifting back and pulling people with us. We get away, we separate like we Deion Sanders, running, trying to make a touchdown and faking people out. That's what we do with our own people. We fake them out. I'm just telling you, dog. Because it's hard. It's hard to care, man. It's hard to care. It's easy to be Candace Owens. That's easy. I'm better. I got a better opportunity. I'm better than you. Y'all stupid. I don't understand why y'all doing this and why y'all doing that. Word, as my boy, as Ralph Douglas West, Church Without Walls back in the city says, words without works. There's a whole lot of people with words, but works don't match them. So why are we listening to the people with words? I'm with Muhammad Ali. I come home from the Olympics. I win the gold medal. You tell me I can't eat at a restaurant and I'm up here representing the flag. I'm throwing my gold medal in the water because that's what it's worth. Because that's what it's worth. But people don't want to speak truth to power. And it's not being mean. It's like, why don't they want to hear the truth? Why is it we always got to accept the truth and the dominant culture has to accept no truth? Explain it to me. They got to accept no truth. The truth only matters one way, Doc. It don't matter the other way. Come on, bro. I'm just telling you, even if we said we don't want nothing to do, if we want to be that way, and I'm not saying we do, because I'm not advocating that.
Right.
Even if we want to separate, it wouldn't matter. Do you understand that? Because people would still be mad. Cops would still stop you and be like, what you mean you driving this car? How you driving this car? What you do for a living? What you mean what I do for a living? You ask little Johnny what he do for a living? We still would face it because we got a race issue in this country, man. And it's the original sin, and we got to get rid of it, man. And you know what? It's not gonna happen in our lifetime. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. You think Mitch McConnell cares about what happens to the black community, man? Come on, man. Like, people don't understand. You think that dude really cares? They just voted out Liz Cheney because she went against a dude who's the most divisive president in the history of man. You think they care about us?
Hold up. A woman who voted 93%, whatever Trump had, she got a 93% voting record for him. And went against
still ran him out.
Yes.
And still ran him out. Dude, I went to DC a few days ago, a couple weeks ago. I don't know the last time people went to DC. I want to see the museum. It was closed, obviously. I rode the train there. As soon as you get to DC, you see the Capitol. You walk out the train station, you can see the Capitol. I was staying at the W. When you walk out the W on the backside, there is a straight line straight to the Capitol, right? That one street goes straight to. Do you understand for what had to be done? Do you understand how crazy that is? I rode up on the Capitol. I'm like, for them to do what they did, not one person on this earth, on God's green earth, could think it was anything other than what we actually know it was. To say that it's anything other than that is insane.
And
I'm telling you right now, Hatter, if the Nation of Islam had rolled up on there because of what happened to George Floyd, do you know what would happen that day?
Come on, man.
I mean, again, we just do the same exact thing, but make it the Nation of Islam.
You know how, and I love it. And Freight, I'm finna use what you just said as an example, not to get on you, but I'm just trying to. Freight.
Herb, stupid.
Freight, this is Freight. Freight said, check this out. Chris Walker need to be on the Don Lemon show. No, he owned somebody else owned the Don Lemon show. He on the right show right now, Freight. Freight, we can't think Don Lemon show is better than ours. Some people don't live. Y'all might have heard this, but you weren't listening, Freight. Come on, man. We got to think.
No, what you're really saying is we need to get Don Lemon on the Chop Shop.
Yes.
That's what we need to do.
And we got to quit thinking we're grasshoppers. No, man, we mighty. But guess what? I told y'all. How do we see each other?
Absolutely.
Man,
That's crazy, man.
Man, come on, man. We this educated and college people talking like this. Y'all, we got to renew our mind, man.
That's right.
Got to renew our minds with giants. Thank you, Rep. But Chris,
let's end it on that, brother.
Let's end it, man. Hey, man, I had a great time with you, man. I got to get there.
Herb, you crazy, man.
What Herb say?
That's not
what
true,
Herb say?
Get up to Herb out his mind, man.
All right, well, Herb.
I love Herb.
Hey, y'all.
I love Herb,
hey, y'all. Hey, we gonna slide down Demo's back. What Jimmy said, and yabba dabba do this thing right now. But we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Sure. Thank you, everybody. Bro. But we're gonna we're gonna continue this tomorrow. Chop Shop, we out.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop